Sweet. Hi, everyone. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, that's so nice. Welcome to the first ever show of Adventurers Wanted Undergods. It's a whole new campaign. So, who here, and it's hard for me to see, like, most people in here familiar with Dungeons & Dragons? Yeah? Anyone here decidedly not? Yay! Cool. So just as like a general recap of how things will run, my name's Chloe, and I will be your dungeon master. The people to my left and my right are our players, who each have their own unique characters with unique things that they can do or are rubbish at, etc. And they will be playing those characters while I play the rest of the universe, the people they meet and the places they go, the vulnerable teenage children they inexplicably decide to give themselves.
What's wrong with you? I like motivation.
And when we try to do anything, we will roll dice, normally 20-sided dice. 20 is automatically incredibly cool and good and successful, and a 1 is automatically bad and dire and probably painful and embarrassing. Feel free to kind of cheer or boo depending on the context and your feelings.
And vulnerable kids.
Yes. Additionally, we also have Chazz just back here, hiding, who will be doing our live sound design for the night. Before we get into the story, normally we'd have recaps and stuff, but because it's a fresh one, we don't. During the night, if you need to hop out and come back in, you're more than welcome to get drinks, have a breath of fresh air, go to the bathroom, etc. We will have a break about halfway through. We'll finish probably around 10:30ish. But yes, we like to keep things relatively informal and relaxed, so feel free to head in and out if you need to. And additionally, if you don't understand why we're doing something, we're always happy to explain what's happening in our games and mechanics and stuff, so feel free to shout out. Also, we play with a diverse set of players who play a set of characters with many different gender and sexual identities. We are a trans-positive company who like to be inclusive and positive and welcoming at our tables, whilst we understand that with people playing genders that may not be their own, there may be some misgendering. We do have policies on how to correct this and everything. However, if you think that an instance has been missed, we're also open to correction, so feel free to just say if you think we've missed an instance there. Right, I think that's all the main stuff. Normally, we would get everyone to introduce their characters and say a bit about them, but we're going to meet them in the story. So I'm just going to ask, starting over here, just give us your actual real person name and pronouns so that we know that.
My name is Chris, and I use they, them pronouns.
My actual real person name is David, and I use he, him pronouns.
Chloe, and I use she, her pronouns.
Griff, and I use they, them.
Tom, and I use he, him.
Hannah, and I use she, her.
Perfect. Chazz, can we get some kind of, well, for now, pleasantish music?
We're all gonna die.
For now.
For now.
For now.
Everyone's gonna die sometime, Dave. It's just a case of how it happens.
I'm willing to embrace the void. Let's go.
Void.
Well, you come to the theatre,
Void.
folks.
So,
Forget about the impending doom.
We have
This
a void
story-
during section. I'm pleased.
this story takes place in Nikara. Think quite classical D&D fantasy, a lot of magic, rugged landscapes and such like. And the characters that are being played by these people are known as Undergods. People who are descendants of different deities and therefore have unique and strange powers about them. Now, you've not all necessarily met each other yet. Some of you have. But you have all, at some point, been summoned by an organization called The Tree. And that's why a few of you are currently on a ship en route to a city called Odeval, known as the Floating City, because it is actually made up of a series of structures and bridges spread across water. A huge, sprawling metropolis somehow of bridges. And David or Hannah, could you roll me a D100, please?
Ooh. Brilliant.
You will learn over the course of this show, I really love D100 rolls.
These babies. Yes.
And a thingy as well, yeah.
And a thingy.
A D10, yeah.
Not a thingy. one?
The two that look the same.
Sounds of distant cannon fire.
34.
34. Okay. So both of you have been traveling on the Halusa, which is a very pleasant ship because you both come from kind of southwest Nakara. Would you like to explain how you know each other or the link between the two of you?
I would know you around from being part of the same holy sect as my partner and mother of my vulnerable child.
I'm their best friend. I'm way cooler than them.
I'm not your biggest fan.
So you are just about to come into Odaval. It's been a really actually quite pleasant journey. There's been a couple of people, some who are basically followers of Melody, the god that you are descended from, and some of Scala, the deity that you're descended from. Melody is compassion and bonds and love, and Scala is truth and beauty and light. And you've actually, as you're getting off the ship, because you've just docked at Odaval, as you're getting off, it's a bit hard to actually get past all these people because you've currently got a gaggle of mainly gnomes who are all just trying to give you weird little trinkets, some of which are look like they might be useful, some not so much, but are just trying to force these on you whilst your daughter, Splendid? Yes, Splendid Joy, kind of stands awkwardly in the background. And if you'd like to describe what you look like.
So I am Tender Levenkir, a tiefling, grey in colour, like nice black, kind of polished horns, quite slight and slightly hunched in their demeanour, very unassuming, but quite bookish, I guess, would be the easy term. Yeah, that's what I like.
And how well does Tender deal with the attention as there's this gaggle of gnomes all going, oh, and I made this one about 10 years ago, but I've kept it for a special occasion. Thank you very much. That's very kind. Yes. All right. Yeah. No, it's enough now. No, I've only got so many pockets. All right. That's no. Well, may Melody bless you with ever more pockets to hold the many things you're worth. Yes. Many pockets to you as well. Yeah. Oh, thank you. That means a lot. That means a lot. Pockets be upon you. You start moving through the crowds. Pockets be upon you.
Good lord.
Phoebe, would you like to describe a little bit about what you like and what you are look like, and who you are?
Phoebe is an Asima. She is blonde and tall and beautiful. But the energy that you get when you encounter Phoebe is that of a nerd definitely believing they're a jock. You know the fresher you meet in the first week of university who has decided to comment on the Facebook group every week in the months leading up to you starting? That's Phoebe. And believes that she's the shit. Yeah.
There's only one person compared to the large group around Tender, but there is one Tabaxi, quite scruffy looking, kind of cat-like person, grey fur, who's currently searching through their pockets like, no, it's really good, and it's
I'm
it's
sure
so nice.
It is.
Right, where is it? And just brings out this. It's weird because they pulled it out of their boot, but it's this beautifully. That may well be your reaction. It's a beautifully constructed, almost origami-like flower. I always thought, this kind of stuff was really beautiful, and Scala, beauty. So
that is beautiful. I love it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, I'll cherish it forever. Puts in a pocket.
How sincere is that cherish it forever?
Not.
Could you please roll deception?
Oh shit.
Charisma rolls. Charisma rolls.
That's a 4, lads. That's a 4. Good
There-
buddies.
There is this. I mean, common stats passive would
Yeah.
definitely get that. Meant to be the god of truth, you know, and just walks up.
They'll remember
Also meant to be the god of beauty. Thank you.
that. Please roll shade.
Yeah. Just gonna make a note for the, the final big bad. Scorn.
Great.
The backs.
If it helps, Phoebe is like 18, 19.
Yeah.
It doesn't help.
No. I've met 18-year-old assholes as
She
well.
has the vote.
She has the vote.
As much as Tender doesn't really get any of it, like he sees that happening and it's just like, oh, for God's sake.
How old's Tender?
53?
Right.
Yeah.
And Splendid. 16 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah. As you're kind of moving through,
Do you want any of these?
not really.
Yeah, of course not. No, that's fine.
Can we? I don't want to have to go if I can't. I want to say bye to Phoebe.
Phoebe's coming with, isn't she?
What? Like she's over there. Can we? Come on.
We're going this way. Why? Look, you're coming with me. Phoebe's coming in the same. Fine, yeah, good. We'll say goodbye to Phoebe. Yeah, whatever.
As a parent, this genuinely sucks.
Get used to it.
You're now kind of basically walking down the gangplank of this ship onto Odeval. It's a bit strange if you've not visited Odeval before, because your normal experience from a gangplank is solid ground, but now it's just more wobbling because you're just going onto all these bridges and these kind of raft-like structures that are just lashed together. But yeah, Splendid kind of drags you
all right,
from the
yeah,
group
yeah.
over to where
Thank you.
Phoebe is
Pockets
now.
be
looked
upon
up.
you.
So weird, right?
Parents.
I know, right? So I'm gonna have to stay here. I can't come.
No. Come
know.
with. Oh, come on.
What?
Can't you let her come with us?
No, she's not coming with because she doesn't have any practical combat abilities, do you?
Hey! And like, because she's training to be a wizard, she prestidigits. Like, she just cleans herself, not knowing what else to do.
Was she dirty?
How well
Yeah, it was like a 3-day journey on a
All right.
ship. There was like some general dirt.
how well did she do?
Well, I don't know in terms of prestige. She did not do very well. There was only 1 degree of worseness that she could have done.
Just a little lick of the finger and a scrub of the cheek.
Get off!
You're still learning, love. Before you know what you're doing, I'm not letting you out there in the world, all right? It's a scary place.
Fine.
Well,
Fine or yes?
Yes.
There we go. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Good.
Well, I'm going to miss you at least.
Thanks. I'll miss you too, Phoebe.
I will
All right.
also miss you.
Bye, buddy. And then I give her a huge hug, clanking.
Yeah, absolutely does the same. You are the coolest in her eyes. Just to see how much of this gets seen, Griff, are you trying to be stealthy? Have you been stealthy while you've been on the Halusa?
No. If anything, I have been present every time somebody has looked off to the side of the vision. I'm kind of like the mast. Like, I'm always there. You might forget that I'm there, but I'm never not there.
Could you please describe what your character looks like?
Trombo is about 3.5 feet tall. Is a redhead, red neck, red back, red arms. Trombo is covered in a stiff red hair down to roughly the knuckles, which extend into very long hands, which are black. if you could make a humanoid out of tires, that would be Trombo. Tires and a bag of sand in the middle. Trombo appears to be an orangutan, a male orangutan, as he has the distinctive facial folds at the side. He smiles a lot, which is really reassuring if you don't know that that's a sign of aggression in apes. And his teeth are roughly 3 inches long at their longest. He has a broom, which is normally what he's doing. He cleans the decks. So for the last 3 days, anytime anyone on board has looked around, there has been a smiling ape cleaning up behind them.
I'm assuming that at some point you've noticed the janitor ape.
Weirdly not. I just spent a long time thinking about the fact that I feel like I should have a hat. I don't know what kind of hat. It just feels like if it has a job, it should have a hat.
Or at least clothes.
Right?
You know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
glad
at
we
least
agree
some
about
clothes.
something. Just like a little vest or something.
Yeah.
Just to denote that it is employed. Because it could just have a broom, I don't know.
Have you had this conversation out loud in Trombo's hearing?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
On the ship.
probably.
On one of the nights when like, because it's been, 3 days?
Yeah, it's been 3 days because you've come kind of from the other side of the country.
There are occasions where I imagine that we do talk.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Not
yeah.
much.
No.
Yeah,
It's mostly eye rolls.
yeah. But like, this is the one thing I've just kind of mentioned offhand. Don't you think I should have a hat?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Clothes as well.
And that conversation went like that.
So pockets and hats have been the lead
Yeah,
conversation points for you
Listen,
so far.
I'm just figuring out the character. Very, very Haberdash based.
Is Trombo just kind of walking down the gangplank like everyone else?
Yeah. The broom is kind of being drugged behind. But there's a kind of gentle amble. He kind of rolls as much as the gangplank is rolling at the same time. The gate of the sea is kind of still there. It's not entirely clear that he knows he's meant to be leaving the ship. But he's definitely moving forwards.
Could all three of you please make constitution checks for me? And I will do the same for Splendid.
That is a 10.
10.
Oh, plus 1, so it's 11.
13.
15.
You both feel quite fine. Like you said, your gait was kind of going with the general sway as you go from the gangplank onto the port. And Femi, maybe it's just your optimism. Maybe it was your preparedness because you knew you were coming here. You probably researched it, made sure you were aware of like what it was going to be like, the conditions. You
Been
were
swaying on land for 2 days beforehand.
yeah.
Gotta practice.
You're a 53-year-old man.
I've been at home for quite some time.
Yeah, it's nothing mechanical, but you do feel pretty rough. And Splendid rolled a nat 1. So there is like an embarrassed like moment of because the entire city constantly moves and sways, and there is a little moment where darts off and you hear very quietly just into the water.
All right.
That happens and walks back sheepishly.
Love, you're just a little.
A 10, so I'm gonna say that it does just.
Very nice.
You're right back there.
Yeah,
She just saw something over there. Thought it was. I dropped something. She went to go and get it.
Classic.
I know, right? Yeah. No, this feels so mean. David, there's a rule that we're going to introduce for this campaign, and David knows that he's going to get to do it for this one, just because it seemed apt to prepare. The I know a person rule. You need to leave your teenage daughter with someone in this city.
Oh my god.
Who do you know here? And then we will roll a charisma check to see how fondly they remember you and receive you.
So I've been here before, and I frequented a local inn called the Hidey Hole, and the guy who works there is a he/him, and his name is Jax.
Jax. Any other details about Jax you want to throw in?
Jax is let's say a furbolg, like a big,
Yes.
like in classic innkeeper giant, and let's say a reformed alcoholic.
Okay. Reformed alcohol. Please roll me a charisma check.
10. This is loving tens today.
Perfectly average.
Oh, well, with the +4 to charisma, so yeah.
Okay. Just like through a few people in the port, you can see quite a lot of movement. There's a lot of imports and exports in Odeval because they can't grow things here because they are just floating. So you can you get the smells of fishes and cured meats, and you can see kind of pallets of vegetables being moved past, and there's a lot of motion and stuff. Could we get something that feels a bit more lively as we move into the city? And as it's kind of almost like that scene at the airport where enough people move at the right time, and you just see this absolutely huge furbolg, who's obviously got the largest piece of paper that they can, but it looks tiny on them, and it just says tender and splendid, and they're trying to hold it up. He's trying to hold it up.
So we're working our way through the crowd, just trying to.
Yeah.
Hey, Jax! Jax! Jax!
That's my name.
You big bastard! Come here!
And just does give you like a really firm, big hug.
God! Oh! God! All right.
But,
Still feeling a little bit tender from the journey. No.
tender, that's your name.
You think
Meanwhile-
I'll be over that 53 years?
In the
doing
background,
it.
Phoebe looks at the furbolg and goes, shit. And then very quietly goes,
Roll performance, or is this intimidation?
no, this is just, I'm trying to learn this.
Oh,
this,
you're
like,
trying to
It's
learn.
deeply impressive.
Cool.
This, like,
There'll be a history
movement.
roll later to see how well you've remembered to
Great.
be cool like a furbolg.
Yeah.
Jax, you won't have met her before, or if you had, you came to visit the cabin, didn't you, a while ago? She would have been this big. Look at it now!
You've got your old man's looks. You have.
Don't say that. No.
Oh, is that not?
No.
Is that not right?
Just no. She's
Is
she's very pretty, is what you're supposed to say.
I thought
This
you were meant to
is
say, oh,
Jax. You're gonna be staying with him.
just like still, just unabated, smiling, like big furbolg. Splendid. You feel free to roll insight. You can't tell if she still feels sick or if she's really not feeling optimistic about this.
That was a 9. Well, a 10.
10. Yeah, it's half. You think probably half sick, half who on earth is this person that my dad's leaving me with?
You're gonna get on just fine. He loves things that you like.
Like what?
Oh, flowers.
I do like flowers.
He loves flowers and boys. Boys? No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. He loves.
You're just getting back this weird, like, what are you doing, Dad?
He loves doing things.
Could you stop listing things that he loves, please?
Yeah. Please, honestly, love, I trust him with my life, and I wouldn't trust him with you if I didn't trust him with that.
Okay. Right. How long is this going to take?
I'm not entirely sure, but it shouldn't be too long. These things tend to have a way of sorting themselves out.
Right. Okay then.
A couple of days maximum.
Okay.
You know I've got sending.
I know.
I'll be in touch.
I know you've got sending.
Just on the outside of this conversation, there is a large male orangutan slowly sweeping around the edge of the group.
Yeah.
Can I roll a perception?
We've established Trumbo is not trying to be selfish.
Yeah. That is, where are we? that is a 13.
Yeah.
Jax, do you see that as well?
See what?
The big red man.
Oh, what? The massive orangutan that's got a broom and no hat.
Right? Don't you feel like it should have a hat?
I guess so.
Yeah. Right. That's good. I'm just
I
making
like
sure.
hats. That's another thing I like.
Yeah. See, he loves hats. You like hats, don't you?
No.
No. Yeah.
It's always been a bit of a sticking because
Because the horns.
she also
yeah,
has
no,
horns like you, so most hats don't
idiot.
fit.
Of course you don't like hats. No. I mean, we've always had problems with hats. Sorry, I'm sorry, I forgot. Oh, it's fine. You like scarves?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, that makes two of us.
You're doing great, Jax. Maybe just dial it down just a little bit. She can tell when you're trying to please her.
This, this isn't actually Jax trying to please her. This is Jax being.
Right,
Jax.
so maybe just look. I know you're just being yourself, but just dial back yourself just a little bit. That's generally, just because that's what I have to do. And just.
Gives you a massive hug.
Oh God, yeah.
Phoebe,
Takes
again.
you a big hug.
Love you too. Love you too.
Massive pat on the back.
Yeah. Oh God.
Well,
Still a bit sway.
we, we better be getting off.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to the old hidey hole. Name of my tavern. Sorry, it sounds a bit weird out of context.
Yeah, no, it's a tavern. It's not just a hole, Len. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah, yep. Right, you're coming with me then. Right, okay. I'll see you in a couple of days.
Yeah, a couple of days, promise.
Right.
And I will send. And you've learned all your defensive spells.
Yeah.
All right, stay clean. Eh? Keep your nose clean.
Is your dad suggesting you do drugs?
No, because of the precedent. She was doing that.
Oh, you're so
Don't
weird.
stop trying to undermine me.
I know what you were. I know what you meant.
Yeah, right. Good.
Okay.
Bye.
Goes in for an awkward hug. Doesn't want to try too hard in front of her friend.
Pat.
Are you saying
He
pat?
says pat. He says pat, but it's a thing. We hold a hug for too long and then go pat. Like it's like I know I've held this hug for too long.
Pat. And then goes over to Phoebe. Bye. You're going to be amazing. Like, I know that whatever they ask you to do, you're going to be amazing. So.
I'm going to miss you. Honestly. And then we have a very complicated secret handshake.
Yeah, it's like there's slaps,
It's like
and there's
slaps,
like
and then
spin
there's
rounds,
like the
and
butt
there's
slaps and the clicks and all of that.
Tender is trying so hard to learn it. He's watching it just like I'm gonna figure this out. It's probably
There'll
like
be a history roll for you as well later.
It's like the 9th time he's seen it and he's like, I've got it.
You know, if you do it, it'll be the worst thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he has to know that he's got it.
Even if you know that
Yeah.
you've got it.
Even if you do it perfectly, she's going to hate it.
Not if he pulls it out the bag at a really cool moment.
Because it would be very cool.
Okay, I'm going to pull the parent card here.
Trumbo is in the business of observing and learning about people. Is Trumbo trying to remember or assess any of this stuff? Or is this just people being too weird?
I mean, you're talking to a sentient orangutan. There isn't really a too weird. It's just kind of
to check.
you just pay attention. Really, it's Trumbo is generally fascinated by anything that's happening around him. Not that you see it on his face or register it in any way physically, but he definitely is aware of what's happening.
Is there a difference in the regularity of the sweeping?
No,
Okay.
it's almost meditative how regular the sweeping is. That being said, if he sees the handshake again, he could probably do it.
So it's just done the once. And then Splendid, kind of with massive pack on her back and everything, is led off into this kind of warren of different little streets and bridges and such like.
Take care of her, Jax.
Of course I will!
Yeah. Trying to make sure he last moment.
Yeah.
Oh, she's gone.
Yeah. And we're gonna, at that moment, switch. Tom.
Hi.
Would you like to? Would you like to describe a little bit about your character and where they will normally be found in Odeval?
My character will usually be found at the helm of a ship. Not the mightiest ship you've ever seen, but not the weakest either. It is a fine wooden vessel, many sails, many cannon. And she goes by the name Lichtenberg. And my character, Polaris, stands at 6'2", 6'3", and is a water genasi. Now, for those of you not 100% familiar, and also with a little bit of flavouring, he's effectively a water genie, some kind, with a little bit of elemental nonsense mixed in. If you imagine the look of somebody whose skin is somewhat translucent, and were you to look closely, the kind of blue-green coloration would actually be the water of the sea running through his whole body, not just his veins, but his whole body, if in a manner, could be described to be reshaped seawater itself. And yeah, he dresses plainly. He has a hat. It's not an ostentatious captain's hat, but he does wear a hat. He has a hat, David.
Like a man with a job.
And because he does have a job. And he is usually found at the helm or in the captain's cabin of the Lichtenberg, for it is, of course, his ship. And he stands in fairly, again, straightforward, hardy clothing. And that's probably all you need to know right now.
Sure. So you're in the captain's cabin. And there is a very firm knock at the door. It's one that you recognize. It's kind of... And it's the one that a Tholder typically uses.
Enter.
Hello. And this, very familiar, you know her very well. This dwarf with a shock of kind of red hair and a lot of gold rings braided into her beard, who also has a lot of like straps and utility belts and such like, very practical clothing for different bits and pieces, almost like kind of the equivalent of Swiss Army knives and such like all over her. You got a moment?
What's the business?
Right, Ecton, one of them's from the university. You know this means the tree, because that's where they're based.
Alright.
They were asking after you, asking if you could go see that the flamey one, fire, the home one, that hearth.
Aye. What's it about?
They didn't want to say, but they said it's quite urgent, and it's some kind of mission. Sorry, they weren't being very communicative.
How big a fleet?
Oh no, they said they just wanted you. Asking if you could go pick up the one with all the bits and pieces, Ratha. If you could grab Ratha and then get both of you to the university.
Ratha.
Aye.
It's a name I haven't heard in a while.
They must be keen to get some of the special lot in, I suppose.
Special. Aye, that's one word for it. All right. Where am I supposed to be meeting them?
If you go to the main college based inside the university, and apparently into Hearth's office, she's waiting for you.
I stand up. And how long is this supposed to be taking?
Again, Ecton wasn't very talkative. One of the things was a little bit the teeth things. The teeth things. You know, the big teeth things that them orcs have. Tusks. One of their tusks was a bit funny, so I don't think they wanted to talk much.
Right.
But said that it might be a few days, but they weren't sure.
All right. Well, let's get up on deck.
Right. And Ethelda will walk up with you onto deck.
I put my hat on.
Means business.
Yeah.
Means hats.
And where were we headed? Sorry, once again.
To the university.
So,
You
fine.
know the city very well.
Yes.
You know the routes. There's even
Are we at sea at this juncture?
you're
we docked?
you're currently docked
We're currently
in the
docked.
North Harbour
Right.
of Oderval, and indeed there's actually, as someone who's spent a lot of time in the city, there are kind of string like rope bridges that actually stretch between some of the most core points in the city to make travel between them a bit easier, because it's not kind of very built up.
Gotcha. I come out on deck and take a look at Ethelda. Aye. Now seems a good time.
Right. Well,
Friends! Scoundrels!
Yes.
Pirates! Privateers! Contractors, however you wish to be addressed.
about 3 people turn around at each time.
Very funny, you knows what I mean. It seems that our contract with the very fine people of these isles now requires me to engage with some landsmen, if you take my drift. I may find myself run aground for a wee while. And I think, First Mate,
Okay.
do you think you can steer this ship right?
I reckon I can.
Can you do right by our crew?
I can do right by our crew, yes.
And will you keep any contract you make and hunt down those that break in with you?
Absolutely, I will.
I reach back, draw a rather ornate, barnacle-encrusted trident. Then this be yours, Captain.
The 3-4 foot Isolde takes the trident. Thank you. I will do as good by this ship as you have.
Well, that won't take much doing with it.
Right. Well, I suppose you best be on your way.
To a university. I wonder what they'll make of me there.
And kind of follow. I thought follows you as you head off, and everyone starts kind of. They've done this so many times because you always start speeches in the same way, but in the same groups of 3,
Yeah.
they go back to their jobs across this quite grand, beautiful ship. Isolde follows on to the moment you hit the gangplank and just goes, Polaris, I'm sorry, you're not just special because of all the stuff. I wanted to say before you head off on your thing.
And you're going to make a fantastic captain.
Well, learn from the best.
And then before he says anything else, he just sort of... Permission to leave your vessel, Captain.
Permission granted.
Good luck.
And you head off. Now, Ratha,
Yup.
if someone was looking for you, where would they look?
I guess there are various pubs, dives, bars, cafes that I frequent.
How about, you know what, because I love them so much, roll D100.
Oh, I rolled the
Yes.
Oh, jolly.
Since you are currently going around Oderval looking for Ratha.
They are stuck in there, my
They
friend.
really...
They don't wanna.
There's a... Come on. Come
Yeah.
on. There we go. D100. 27.
That's right, because weirdly, D100s, often the higher rolls are the worst ones, and lower are better.
You say often.
And indeed, in this case also. You only knock on a couple of doors. You go to like the Bug and Owlbear, and you go to the Moorland Meads, and you kind of poke your head in, and there's no one there. There's no one there. But then you go to another tavern, the Flaming Flail, and you head in. And would you like to tell us a little bit about Ratha?
Yup. Sat in the corner of the flaming flail, looking morosely into a pint glass. Forgive me. Oh, thanks, Dave.
Hey!
Is an orc. He looks quite sad and quite low. Like, just that general vibe of, I don't really want to talk to anyone and no one really wants to talk to me. He is wearing the glasses.
And the glasses are probably one of the easiest ways you know from your experiences to spot Ratha. Yes, there's a couple of other people in here. It's quiet.
I walk over. Are you running dry there?
He closes his eyes and slowly the features shift. Everything folds in a bit. The orc was quite big. And the grey skin, the white hair. The outfit's the same. The glasses are still there. But you're faced with a very young changeling, about 21. I wasn't drinking anyway.
Then what were you?
Clarify, in this form, does Ratha use they them?
Ratha uses they them in their own form. Otherwise, I will highlight when I change.
Then, forgive me because I'm now curious. What happened to the... Is that someone else's glass or did you...
Oh. No, Thaddeus finished that.
Who's Thaddeus?
The orc.
Right, yeah.
Do you want something?
To do with you? Not really.
Oh, good.
But then what seemed more important than me? They would like us to go to the university.
Oh, goody.
It's sort of what I said, but in a more me way.
Did you say something along the lines of, "Ar that be tellin'"?
That's offensive.
Remember that for next time, then. Fine.
Much obliged. Now, we're to meet the hearth. You recall it?
I do.
I'm sure
Lovely.
it'll be a heck of a business, but
Well, maybe this time you could be, give me a slight heads up if I'm ever pushing too far. Don't want any repeats of last time, do we?
too far. I'll be sure to let you know if there's any repeats of last time on the horizon.
Thank you. It's nice to know someone's looking out for you, even if they detest you. So we have to go be polite and friendly, do we? Hang on a minute. And Ratha concentrates, and the form shifts again. At this point, the hair grows longer and blonde, and as she reaches back and pulls off her wrist, a hairband ties her hair back, and then concentrating, a lute appears in her hand. So then, time we went and spoke to people. How exciting. Looking forward to it. The glasses remain.
Have I met this identity before?
Gwendolyn, you will have met Gwendolyn, yes. She is Rathar's best way of dealing with people.
Ah, yes. I'm flattered you lasted a full 2 minutes before resorting to Gwendolyn.
On some level, I find that Rathar... they need a bit of time with people, whereas I'm always happy to be the life of the party. Go on. Stands up, arm out. Take me for a stroll, Captain.
It's just Polaris for now.
Oh, I see. You handed off the trident, did you?
Aye.
Well, if you're going to be on land for a bit, although we aren't technically on land, are we? Ooh, wobbly.
It's always wobbly.
I'd like, if
No,
possible,
but
I'd like Polaris to not have to make checks for being on this wobbly city because he lives on a ship.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
But, and also, like, the two of you have lived in this city for quite some time. Like,
If I have to live
you
somewhere, it's here.
acclimatise
Yeah.
to the constant wobble.
Yeah. This is Gwendolyn just making conversation. She's good at that.
All right. To the university, then.
Indeed. Now, why don't you regale me with one of your fascinating stories of daring do? There's always one or two new ones.
Do you know what? There are 3.
Well, let me hear all about it.
And this is where we smash cut. Right. So, you have just watched Splendid and Jax kind of walk away, just seeing the little bits. And as you're leaning, this huge half-orc face with a busted tusk, and also quite a lot of, it looks almost discoloration and bruising around part of their jaw, just hoves straight into view. Hi! Hi, sorry, are you you tender?
Are you? 53 years, never gets old. Never gets old. I promise that's the last time. No, yes, I am. Yes, I am. Tender Levenkier.
Alright, it is Phoebe and Trumbo?
Phoebe is currently with me, and I don't mean to alarm you, but I think we're being followed.
There's an orangutan who's not wearing any clothes.
I mean, that's not odd.
Well, but if he's got a job,
Yeah, whatever.
oh whatever. Now who's immature?
No, you're right. He should be wearing a hat.
Can I check Trumbo's pronouns?
Trumbo is a he.
Trumbo is a he.
What a job to do!
Wait, did Trumbo find a hat? Because they...
The fact that we've had this conversation
Yeah.
about Trumbo not wearing any clothes, we turn around and Trumbo is now wearing a hat.
What happened to the one without a hat? That's the one that wants to kill me.
I'm going to have to ask a DM check here. Is it
Yeah.
okay for Trumbo to be absently chewing on a hat?
Well, he's
I'm
got a hat.
I'm sorry, my catchphrase, roll the D100.
62.
You are absent-mindedly chewing on half of a hat because the absent-minded chewing went on a bit too long. So you can put kind of half a hat on your head, just about sits. Looks, I'm not sure what looks weirdest, you with or without or with half a hat. Yeah.
It suits. He is as yet unaware, titularly, that anyone is speaking to or about him. He just is enjoying his hat.
It probably
It's a
becomes
tasty hat.
It probably becomes a bit obvious when Exton looks around and looks straight at you.
I should clarify, it is in no way that Trumbo is unaware.
Yeah.
It is that Trumbo is pretending to be unaware.
Could you roll performance for me? Insight.
That's charisma?
Yes.
12.
Strong enough. You convincingly seem unaware. Right. Sorry. By that. But by the broom.
By the orangutan?
I know Ecton's asking you, like, is that what you're being followed by?
Yeah. We're being followed by a hatless ape.
Oh,
Oh, he's got half a hat now.
A half-hatted ape.
Half-hatted ape.
I think that's. I'm here for 3 of you. 1, 2, 3.
So it does have a job. It has our job.
What are you wearing?
I don't have a hat.
It's retired.
I'm retired.
Canonically.
I hung up my hat.
Oh.
All right.
That was a lot better
Playing a
than that
character
reaction,
is
actually.
supposed to be
I
not
don't
funny.
like that.
He's a dad.
Well, I guess in a way, your job.
Right. Good then. Good. Important job. Good. We're with the ape. Good. What are we doing? Who are you? Why have I dragged my daughter halfway across the continent?
Oh, sorry. My name's Ecton. I am one of the assistants to Hearth. over at the university, so I'm here to take you all there, and then Hearth can explain, because I don't have the kind of clearance to know exactly what's happening.
Apparently neither do we.
I've only been stuck on a ship for the past 3 days with an ape. Hello.
Hi. Sorry, I'm Ecton. Hi. I'm sorry it's been like a long journey. Maybe Hearth can probably answer these better than I can.
All right, lead the way. Come on.
Right. And Ecton, kind of huge, hulking half-orc frame, they stride away, like occasionally checking behind themselves just to make sure you're still all following on.
Do you need a bit of healing for that?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
I was in training and it kind of went wrong.
So I'll do a quick. What have I got?
I'll do a quick.
I'll do a quick. What have I got? I've got
You've
something.
probably I don't know.
I've got cure wounds.
Yeah.
What are you going
Let's
to
do that.
Cure the
That's
wounds?
1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier.
I've got to use it to do it. Yeah, let me just. I'll just grab this. Hang on. There you go. I shot it out.
I'm leaving. Got absolutely nothing.
Bit of jaunty heels, Tom. It's great.
There you go. What was it? 1d8.
1d8 and then your spellcasting modifier as well, which will be charisma because you're a paladin.
That is a healthy 6.
Healthy 6. And you see the swelling go down, the bruising go down. What does it look like? Like, is there a visual? There's obviously like sound to your spells.
No. I think it's just like the music just has that quality to it. It's like it's that kind of jaunty. So because Tender used to be something of a spellcaster exclusively, and has now moved into being a bard in his retirement. So the music just kind of almost unintentionally has magical effects. Mm-hmm. So it's just kind of, you figured out that like, okay, I can play this and it does this.
Yeah.
But there's no, it's just kind of like, oh, that feels a lot better now, and I don't know why. Yeah. Folksy.
Thanks. That's really nice of you.
Not much I can do about the tooth, I'm afraid. That's a bone issue.
Yeah. Don't worry. That's kind of. I have like a card for the local toothsmith, and like if you go enough times, then they start doing some stuff for free.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, lucky. What you at right now?
I've got one more, and then free stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you. You're not very good at the trick. Well done.
Thanks. Let's
lead the way.
Let's keep going.
So just as Tender
Why
is
have you made this?
as Tender is recovering from the social import of what he's just stepped into, there's a firm but companionable pat kind of on the small of his back from this immense hand that Trumbo has just kind of reached up and gone.
Oh, sorry. Oh, still a bit. Not got me sea land leg. Nod.
Just nod.
Pat.
Drags the hat on and kind of just looks at the orc expectantly.
And is just and keeps walking. And so both of you, I mean, the two of you, much more expertly navigating Odeval's streets, the rest of you following along behind Ecton, and you start to come to this much larger structure, which those of you who are native or have lived here for a while know as a university. Most structures in Odeval, because it is like you're building your house on a raft that you are then lashing to other rafts, normally only 1, max 2 stories high. This is so broad that it's actually 3 stories high. It's one of the more grander structures that there are. And to be honest, because you are known and you have significant stature in Odeval, if you want, you can just walk straight through to where you know Hearth's office will be. And the rest of you, obviously, following Ecton, you can walk into this place. And the bustling nature of outside calms a little bit here. It's a little bit quieter. It's a little bit more sparse. You don't have quite so many people jostling for room and such like. But probably because you know exactly where you're going and there's fewer people, you arrive there first.
And then what happened?
Well, let's just say There's only 2 ways to bring down a mast. And I found a third.
I feel like that might be a metaphor.
It's not, no. There is in fact a third way.
I'm leaving.
Well, you learn something new every day, don't you?
I certainly try to. Do you?
Depends on the day. I mean, depends how long I get to hang about, really.
Are you just walking up to the
Oh, yeah.
office?
We're outside the door, I think. Is there a door?
Yes, there is a door.
It's not terribly modern. Right.
Not to make you accidentally spend like half an hour trying to open it, because I know
Right.
this is a D&D game, but there is a door.
There's a door.
Yeah.
Before I knock, I kind of... What happened... happened.
Oh, I know.
If you're serious about it not happening again, then I am too.
It's not that... Look, I don't want it to happen again, but it wouldn't have happened if I'd been there in the first place. But Wrath was there, and, well, they're not as personable, are they?
You take my meaning, though.
I do.
Then we'll have no quarrel.
Well, I hope not, but I can't promise I'll be here all the time.
Do I need to have this conversation with Wrath?
No. We all get the same message.
Very well.
Hang on. Professional, formal. Slow shift again. The glasses remain. And now standing with you is a rather quiet, hunched over human wizard, and they just shrug their shoulders a bit awkwardly and go, "Right, so informative. All right, we can do that."
Oh, you found them! Great! You hear Exton's familiar voice down the corridor from behind you. Right, Athelda gave you the message. Sorry, you all, you can all do names and stuff in a bit. I need to go to the two smiths, get my card done. But I know Hearth's waiting in there for you. Sorry, do all the names if you need to. But I was just meant to get you here, so job done. Bye.
Bye.
Good luck.
Go
And
well.
just heads off.
Hi. Nice to meet you. I'm Phoebe. Aggressively walks up to the human wizard because they look like the person with the most authority. Walks up to the hunched over quiet human wizard and goes, "Hi, I'm Phoebe. Nice to meet you. Who are you?"
Oh, pleasant to meet you. I'm Jace. Hello.
Jace.
Although,
Lovely to meet
if
you.
introductions are in order, we may need to introduce ourselves again later.
And then I look directly at Tender like, okay, I'm now out of my element.
Don't worry, it'll all become clear as time goes on.
I'm just going to let us stew. Oh, you carry on then.
I can hear you outside the door, you know.
Oh my
It
god.
appears we're expected. Just push the door open.
Well, let's not. Oh, all right.
Apparently I have authority in this persona, so I'm going to take it.
You push the doors open into a sizable room. You've definitely seen this room before. Jace might.
Has Wrath.
Kind of up to you whether Wrath has.
If Wrath has, then Jace has.
Yeah, I think Wrath has. So you've seen this before. It's quite well turned out, nicely decorated. There is a quite large, but it's evidently everything in this room is evidently lightweight, and many things are secured down. Basically, there are kind of straps across shelves and things to stop things actually falling out. There's a large desk behind which is sat a seemingly quite old woman, a fire genasi, but because of her age, she doesn't have bright red kind of flaming hair or something like that. She has cracks in her skin where a now blue flame starts to kind of sizzle through. Any of you, yeah?
Does that mean you can literally watch yourself decay
In,
as a fire genasi?
in this world, because I wanted it to be like this, fire genasis die ultimately by spontaneous combustion. The flame inside them gets hotter and bluer as they get older, until eventually that's
Does that mean
Like a
Polaris?
That's
situation,
sick,
like
but
a-
also
like a
very
waterfall.
sad.
Does that mean Polaris is going to turn into a puddle at some point?
Not necessarily.
Water balloon style.
That's
Just asking, Tommy, I don't know.
That's just fire genasi.
Plus, isn't watching yourself decay just aging? Is that just like, we do that?
Welcome back to Adventurers
We can all
Wanted.
watch ourselves decay.
I am.
This is the galaxy
Decay
brain.
exists as an extant concept.
But yeah, there's basically kind of crackles along her skin, and probably, yeah, it's incredibly obvious. It's not that hidden, so you can see it without perception rolls. There is a hole, like a kind of person-sized hole in the floor, just over to the left-hand corner, far away from all of you, which probably only Polaris knows this, but you've just heard Hearth say that it's for emergencies. It goes straight to the water that is underneath the city.
Right.
And sitting there is Hearth.
Is there a chair? Because I could do with a chair.
There are 5 chairs.
I go and perch in a chair.
Is there a carpet?
There isn't a carpet. No, it's wooden flooring, wooden slats.
Trombo begins to sweep the floor.
Right. Ah, yes. I hope you got our little token.
If there... Trombo's general expression is one of amiable blankness. But just for a moment, something shifts in the eyes. Just for a moment, the eyes go slightly flat. If there were a tone to it, it would be...
Well.
The hands go a little bit limp just for a second, causing one of them to splay out to the side with one of the fingers pointing directly at the genasi. And the message arrives, yeah, I got it.
Ah, how sweet. Right. May as well be something of a hostess for you all. There you are. Right, well, it's lovely to see those of you who I am not familiar with. Obviously, I have been watching as afar, as I'm sure you are aware, have all of us at the tree. It's rather important that we brought all of you together relatively quickly. I don't know exactly how much Ecton has told you, bless them. But we do need your services rather swiftly.
Wait, can I drink this? Is that all right?
I've given you a drink.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Are you quite all right?
Yeah,
Phoebe,
fine.
yes?
No, I'm fine. Fine. Phoebe shots it.
Go on then.
That doesn't taste like alcohol, and it probably wasn't. That was quite nice. Could I have another one?
Absolutely, yes.
If I stick my tongue in, what is it?
Lemony.
Nice. Yeah, lemony.
Oh,
I can't.
very pleasant. Sip it.
Goddamn Alan Bennett.
There was always going to be one, wasn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be one.
Only one Alan Bennett per show.
Though perhaps a little bit of advice, Phoebe, and I notice some of you are partaking as well. I hope that you have enough wits about you on your next mission to actually find out what something is before you drink it so readily.
Tender's very smug because he hasn't had a sip yet. Yeah.
Little nod.
Yeah, everyone.
I'll remind you I've had it before.
Yes, I'm quite aware, Polaris. Don't worry. It's nothing actually untoward. It's just good berry juice, so you needn't eat for the rest of the day. I find it saves time.
Oh.
I quite like eating.
Oh,
Me
you can
too.
still partake if you like. A good brew just means you don't have to.
All right.
Right, now, my name is Hearth. Are you quite all right?
Yeah.
Good. Right. I'll try and give you the details as straightforwardly as possible. Please do pay attention. Now, the
Phoebe
tree
gets
has...
out something to write things down on. Genuinely has a little satchel as a part of her cleric's robes. There's a little bit kind of like an outer pocket, and gets out a small pencil and a notebook, and is like,
Right.
Trombo
that.
settles into an amiable pile.
Aw.
I see we have a scribe for the group. Very useful. Right. There's a stronghold that the tree keeps several valuable items in Knuth, at an old Lorianare family house. Now, it was around 5 days ago, I believe, that there seemed to be some form of an attack. Of course, there is the Lorianare gauntlet, the Sword of Ghosts, and I believe the Sunken Crown were items that we kept safe there so that no one could abuse quite significant power. So far, the individuals that we have sent to investigate what's happened and the location have failed to return. So it is rather important that we find out exactly what has happened, and obviously it's rather useful, I won't deny from an optics perspective, to bring together 5 people of rather considerable abilities, stature, reputation in some senses, to go and investigate. Hopefully your collective abilities will keep you safe, and also it sends a message to anyone that cares to steal from us and hurt our associates that we are not to be trifled with and quite significant powers against them. Have you taken in that much so far?
This is your crack team. A teenager, a monkey, a pirate, a retiree, and Alan Bennett.
4 points of psychic damage.
Ah, my nose.
What do you actually say in game, in character?
There's probably, is there just like an in-world Alan Bennett?
Alan Bennett.
Alan Bennett.
Alan Bennett, famed wizard
Diarist
writer,
and letter writer.
diarist
Sure,
and
sure.
old wizard.
Yes.
Loves biscuits.
Have to write down in
So
world.
Jace looks like Alan Bennett. Okay, I know. That's good. Yeah, good to know.
Well, firstly, Tender, I would hope, given your lineage, that you would see that sometimes the sum can be greater than the parts. Yes?
Yeah.
Secondly, I'm a privateer.
And
Thirdly, I'm a legal adult.
Any more numbers?
there's a shift into a very familiar-looking tiefling. Fourthly, I think you should be aware of how people are treated in different places.
What the actual fuck?
Sorry, is there a problem?
Did the orangutan just speak? What are you doing?
Trombo immediately stands, drops the broom, and shifts into a gray humanoid form, roughly 5'6", 5'7", roughly the same age as Rathar, completely naked, not wearing clothing at all, bar a half-eaten hat. You just do that?
Shifting into Rathar. Do you not? Oh, a provincial. Well, now I understand why you're here. Excellent.
Whoa. Slowly, Trombo, who is indeed not Trombo, which is the most information anybody in this room probably has about what they're called, takes in the reactions of the people around the room.
Would you like some clothing? Sorry, I do seem a bit fixated on clothing, only you're not wearing any.
Immediately, they appear to be wearing a gray, shapeless garb. Is that better?
Is it better for you?
No. I don't care.
Okay, sorry. It's just a bit chilly in here. Never mind.
Is this you using your non-changeling ability?
Yes.
The garb. So for anyone that is familiar with changelings, include like Polaris, you know Wrath can't
we've been
change
around.
their clothes.
Yeah.
That's different.
Arr.
Ah.
How does a pirate go, ah? Arr. Arr.
They, looking at Hearth, they No?
About you or about...
About us! They're not supposed to know!
Well, certain individuals do make it rather hard to keep quiet.
Also, if you really want to be all provincial about it, that's fine, but over here we have more rarefied sensibilities.
Please, there'll be enough time for you to do such infighting on the journey. I can reassure you that no one is aware of your particular tribe, their location and such like. That information is not public knowledge.
Right.
Is everyone...
Hello, I'm Polaris.
I'm aware.
Hello, Aware.
I'm Dad.
Hey!
I think Polaris does go.
If I may bring you back to the matter of 3 incredibly powerful magical items being stolen.
Which ships are they on? How do I find them?
We don't know about whether they are even on any ships. What we need is for you to go to Knuth, to the Lorianare house, investigate exactly what's happened, find out any information you can whatsoever, and then return.
Sorry.
Which so far has been too much of a job for anyone.
So the sunken crown's gone missing. Anything else? Or was in there? Anything else?
The Sunken Crown, Lorianare's Gauntlet, and the Sword of Ghosts.
Okay.
Feel free to roll history checks if you want to know whether you even know what these things are. Because they are kind of guarded by the tree.
First roll.
Everyone's rolling.
Dirty 20.
Just a 10.
19.
I got a 15 specifically about the Sword of Ghosts.
Specifically
Yeah,
about the Sword of
just 'cause I
Ghosts.
want to know what that is.
13.
13. Well, all the other ones like general and just tender was.
Mine was a booty roll.
No,
My history rolls are all about booty. These sound like valuable items. I am a privateer. I care about booty. Get your minds out of the gutter.
Let Tom play a privateer, Chloe. It'll be fine, Chloe. Right. So 10. You've kind of heard of them. They're special big deals, apparently. What was yours?
13.
13. You know that the Lorianare Gauntlet is a very old item because the Lorianare family were a big family in Nakara, but they no longer exist, really, with any kind of presence.
15?
15 about the Sword of Ghosts. It was made by some kind of wizard or mage or something, Ivera something or other, and it was about like trapping souls or something.
Makes sense.
Like basically it's a sword made of ghosts, maybe.
Sounds like some sort of sword made of ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you remember like Ivera something or other made it, was trapping souls in it, something
Cool.
like that. 19. You've probably just heard this because you listen and you observe and such like, and it's information that's been passed to you by your network. The Sunken Crown is a crown, as you might expect, that was found in a spring called Uelt's Gate, which is said to gift immortality. And it's said that whoever wears the crown, because it's been soaked in the springs, will never die. It's also said that the crown is indestructible. You also know that Ivera Estella made the Sword of Ghosts. It is apparently a very dark item made out of hatred, as she trapped the souls of her enemies so that they could never come back to attack her or endanger her, and made the sword out of it. Lorianare's Gauntlet, you remember something about a gauntlet, something about it being very beautiful, very well made, but that's what you get. With a natural 20, you get that information.
Mine was a dirty 20 for integrity's
sorry.
sake. Yes.
Dirty 20. You get that Lorianare's Gauntlet, it was something about making people stronger and braver, that was forged by the Lorianares, who are known for their abilities in forging. So that's what you know.
All right. So these aren't just trinkets that some rich fellow or lady is after.
I wouldn't assemble 5 descendants of deities to retrieve trinkets. And I would hope you would know me better than that, Polaris.
Your various governments have summoned me to do rather worse things.
Right, well no, not trinkets.
All right. Where do we start?
Right, well, the university can lend you a vessel. It's entirely possible to sail down to Knuth. It's only an hour or so, given that you have an expert sail sailor, salesman, salesperson, whatever it is, amongst you.
Salesman.
I do not.
We live on an island.
Look, sometimes I'm rather more concerned with important things than naming people correctly. I have
All
rather
right.
an important.
Part.
Understood. Fair. Right.
Boy.
It'll be entirely possible for you to get there in about an hour or so. And then it is very much up to you. But, well, perhaps since apparently this team is not a crack team, or not up to certain standards, walks over to a wall that is just kind of a large bookshelf, but then draws on one of the leather straps, pulls it, and it doubles back into a rack of various magical items, weapons, and such like. Now, obviously, one of you, looking pointedly at Trombo. Oh, sorry, now unknown. Is that all right to refer
Unknown
to you
works,
as
yeah.
unknown? Now you're in that form. Looking at unknown. Now, one of you obviously has a gift, shall we say, from the tree to aid you, but you are all entitled to something to help you on your way, perhaps.
Oh, this looks and sounds exactly like the one I've already got. But it actually...
It's uncanny, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah.
Right. Glad you appreciate it.
Oh, good. That's not
You-
going to get
you will
annoying
have-
anytime soon.
Yes, you will have a wonderful hour.
It's got magic in it.
Yes, I am not simply giving you an instrument.
All right.
Right. Would anyone else? Sorry, my patience with people is not always does not always last long.
Right, no worries, I'm on it.
You've got much time left, have you? I mean, it's got magic in it.
This is why no one likes you. Anyway,
There was a quiet.
I intend to use the time that I have wisely. Do you intend to do the same?
Yeah, I was trying to, and then I got brought here. It's fine. No, it's good. I'm glad to be part of the team.
I'm sorry, I've asked you to protect some of the most valuable and important artifacts here.
Oh, yeah, it's good. No, I owe you everything. Good. Yes, I'm glad that is... Yep. It's got magic in it.
Do not forget that though the tree may not have been an explicit or constantly visible presence in your life, we have actually been watching all of you, making sure that anyone who has, say, vendettas against your respective deities or such like has not attacked
I'm
you.
not stupid. I know why I've had so much peace is down to you. That's why I'm here.
A little bit more grace would be appreciated then.
Sorry.
Whispering in Tender's ear. You know it works better if you say it behind their backs.
Are you trying to say that quietly, or are you just openly saying it?
No, quite.
Could you roll me stealth?
Sure, sure.
Probably good at stealth.
What's your stealth?
That is an 8.
Well, yeah, 22. Yes, it works if you also say that behind their backs.
Fair.
Right. So, is there anything that particularly interests you?
I don't know, something magical maybe?
So, no, I should have known better, and just kind of goes along and then grabs something and passes it to you.
Oh, what's my trinket?
Sure, I find it very entertaining. Wand of Web. Not sure if you've heard of them. Right.
I recently found myself in need of a trident.
Well, what a coincidence. Seems I have one right there. Slightly more, well, it will do you better than a standard trident, at least.
Feels like it will.
It's probably magical.
Everything on that wall is magical.
Winding her up.
Don't worry, Chloe knows. And lastly, Phoebe, thank you for your patience.
oh, no worries. Can I have the shoes?
Oh, yes. Good choice. Picks up these 2 boots that have kind of a little wing motif emblazoned on the side.
Oh,
kind of
matches
branded
my
in.
dad. Thanks.
Oh, of course, yes.
Oh my god. Finally. Oh,
Right.
wait till he sees me now.
Yes, indeed. If I may lead you to the university's dock, then I can furnish you with a ship, and I presume you will be able to captain it as much as it shall need captaining, Polaris?
Aye, an hour's journey will be no trouble at all.
Fantastic. Right, if you would all please, and gestures to the door, because not walking out of her office before any of you do.
We just get the one thing, because there's more on the shelf.
Goes over and just keeps eye contact with you as she closes it.
Maybe if I could have a weapon. No, all right. Instrument it is.
Grace
What's the matter, old
goes.
man?
Grace goes a long way.
The secret is to plunder as you go.
Who's Grace?
The dock.
I'm Dad.
The dock's called
I'm
Grace.
staying.
This is now just like half eyes closed. Just the dock. Follow me. If I apparently have to do everything around here, and walks out the door and is waiting for you to all follow.
As Hearth walks through the door, Unknown slowly falls into step behind, shifting into a human male, probably in his late 70s, quite scrawny, quite bent, still wearing a very chewed hat and shouldering a rather heavy broom.
Is everyone else following along?
Yeah.
Just watching this.
Yep. You're led through a couple of corridors and walkways and then out, and you feel the blast of fresh air as you're taken to this very small dock with only like 3 relatively small ships. There's like a little rowboat. There's quite a sizable ship that looks like it would comfortably sleep about 8 or so, but needs quite a sizable crew. And then there's a mid-sized one, which is what Hearth is obviously leading you towards. It's currently like docked, tied up. It's easy enough to step onto, and just says, if you just head down the river lock and you'll be there in an hour. Do please have some caution when you arrive. We're not quite sure exactly what's there and why no one has yet returned.
Are you going to need a crew, Polaris?
How large is the ship?
Looking at it from your experience, like you'll need, provided you're not going out on the sea.
No,
you are going down like a
the
very
coast,
broad river. So you might need 2 other people to occasionally do ship things. Insert in brackets here. But it'll be easy enough to get down the river.
Fine.
Some people will be able to kind of just like rest and such like.
Nay. You think you can haul a rope?
Yeah.
Good.
I also can hold ropes.
Well then.
Could you roll me a history check?
Yes.
You have a fear of rope.
I don't think I've ever left my mountain. Uh-oh.
Rope mountain.
Well, first off, I'm lying. And I have a 9.
I was just seeing how well you might be able to like look confident again by looking like a fur, but it doesn't quite work.
Yeah, it's sort of like what she imagines would be like a sailor equivalent of the Scouts, I think, which is
The
just
Sea Scouts.
exactly, which is just a sort of Arr.
Oh no.
That's not
Get
the
it
Sea
wrong
Scout
and
thing.
just
Are you all hopping onto the ship?
Well, if you don't need a crew, I just meander to the front and sit down.
Get yourselves comfortable.
Right. I'm here for any rope needs. Just so
Aye.
you know.
You can start by pulling that long one up there.
Right.
Wait.
You strike me as a ladsman, forgive me.
Yeah.
I know my ropes. Right.
Is this like investigation or something to
I'm
know
guessing
which
how
rope?
many ropes? When you pointed at the long one, how many?
Did you say I know my ropes and go,
Yeah.
all right, splice the topsail and bring her about. I said splice the topsail and bring her about.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's investigation.
Roll
Was it a
intelligence. Roll. Is it intelligence or wisdom to understand?
Wisdom.
Wisdom to understand what he has said.
I have rolled An 18.
I think maybe in your past, you and Calpernicus, your partner,
We live by a lake.
yeah, you live
we
by
were
a lake,
about
you've
to
done
leave,
some
like-
sailing.
Yeah.
So the first time it's so quick and it's got such a thick privateer accent to it that it's a bit hard to hear, but the second time you totally get it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
spliced!
Good work.
And you start to move
Yarr.
down. Half does not wait to watch you go. Just walks straight back inside. And this is a kind of quieter little area of Odeval because the university's right on the corner of it. And you start moving through quite open fields and such like. If anyone wanted to do anything in terms of like short rests, etc., this would be the time to do it.
Sat at the front of the boat, I have sat pensively for about 5 minutes and slowly shifted back into the orc without realizing.
The humans just sat by the side, kind of leaning their back up against the hull, both hands either side of their temples, slowly rubbing their temples.
Do you have an headache? Only I can help if you need. Nice to meet you. I didn't catch your name if you've got. Anyway.
It's aware.
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. Nice to meet you, Aware. Have you got that headache?
No, Tom, commit.
Don't have to do much. We're going down a river.
We are now going to do this in real time for 1 hour.
Thank you for coming to Adventurers One. It's just this idle animation.
Does Unknown respond?
How long have you been in this city?
Well, I mean, we came on the same boat, so like the same amount of time as you.
Have you ever seen anything like me before?
Roll history.
I should just point out that this is the same voice that the changing has made no attempt whatsoever to fit a voice to this human suit that they're currently. This is not a person. This is a way for people to not look at them.
17.
You've not seen a changeling in person before, but there have been lots of stories and people who go on pilgrimages and such like, and who are missionaries from the temple that you reside in, have told stories of them.
You know, I can read. Like, I know changelings exist. I haven't met someone like you in person yet, but it was nice to meet you anyway.
Read what?
Like, stories about changelings, and like people come home and talk about their adventures, and yeah, I'm new, but you know, I'm not stupid.
At this point, it's as if their whole face glazes over. They start to shake slightly.
Oh my god.
And
I think Aware's having a problem.
Just all speech stops. And they gaze straight into the middle distance.
Tender?
What?
What's happening?
I don't know. Not much do I care.
Oh my god.
I'm busy with ropes.
This is our new friend. What? Never mind.
You'll learn quick, lass. Not everyone's your friend.
Whale, that's the topsail.
Bollocks.
You've already rolled to understand boat things.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say you understand boat
Cool.
things.
I go up to the orc, whose name I don't think I know yet.
None of you know.
And just go, sorry, I think something's happening and I'm not qualified. What?
The orc sort of turns over and looks at you, and it's a very morose look.
Right, yeah, no, I get it. None of us are really qualified to deal with emotional trauma. But something's happening over there. Help? with our unknown with aware?
The orc looks very sad and worried and gets up, and as he walks over towards Aware, shifts into Gwendolyn again, and the step gets a bit more upbeat and it's more sort of jolly. And are you all right?
No.
All right. Can I sit with you?
You do this? You do this? They know you. You do this?
Yes. Yes, it's never really been a problem, you see. I'm not... My family, well, Rath's family, came to Odovow a long time ago, and I know how you were raised. Rath knows how you were raised. I understand, but it's a big world out there. You don't need to hide anymore. We don't need to hide anymore.
They have books? They've
Yes.
written it down?
They know all about us. Yes, they do. I know.
Can you roll me dexterity on throwing that hat on a boat?
Am I
Sorry.
gonna miss the boat?
Half a hat. It's a low DC, but you're frustrated. Oh, it's fine. You don't accidentally. It doesn't go overboard.
Is this that sleight of hand?
Just like a general dexterity check.
It was a 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
Overboard!
Look, I don't know a huge amount about all of this because, well, I've never experienced it, but I can sympathize, and it's not the way you were taught, I understand, but they know about it, they understand, and no one's ever treated us that well. Sometimes they've treated us that badly, but, you know, it comes and goes.
Did it involve pitchforks?
No, it's never involved well, at one point it involved a pitchfork, but that
This
was,
is what I'm talking about!
well, that was less about the whole, and more about something that Thaddeus did. But that's another time. You know that's how that goes.
Wait. They know about us,
Yes, they do.
and you do things that make them pay attention to you?
Well, some of us quite like to be outgoing and spread the word. And I like to sing and dance, and I'm very upbeat. But I don't know really. Difficult one. I don't think Rath cares that much. So I don't think any of us care either.
There's a shift that happens. You see 5 or 6 different forms of thing sitting on the deck, as though they're trying to find something that will fit this situation. There's a tabaxi for a second, and that doesn't seem to work. Goes back to Trombo. Trombo definitely doesn't fit it. There's an attempt even at each of the different people on deck. So for a moment, there's something that kind of looks like Tender, and there's something that kind of looks like it.
Oh, I like that one.
It might be an Asir, and then they go back to Grey, as though there is nothing that they know that fits this.
Look, if you like, Gwendolyn closes her eyes and shifts back into Wrath. Is this better? You're less bothered by this?
I don't care what you look like. I care that they know what you look like.
Yep. This is me. They know me. Some of them know me. These new ones don't know me yet.
They just go quiet.
Cool.
Would you like to share a couple? That way you might have a couple you could use. I don't know.
I don't need lessons. And all of a sudden, there is a hat and a pipe. And then those disappear
yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
Well, that's fascinating. Wrath gets up and shifts again, this time shifting into a quite scrawny, shaven-headed elf, and they just turn around and go, "Are you sure I can't help you with ropes or anything? Anything at all? Just something to kick the mind off, rope, pull, anything. Something to do. Can I have something to do, please? I'd like something to do." No, fine. Okay, I guess I'll go and... Oh, hello, we've not met properly. Let's do something, come on. Oh, for God's sake.
Do you want to play a song? Do you know how to tap on wood?
I could try and tap on wood. Yeah, I could try and tap on wood. Sure. Let's, One is the wand of web, wonderfully, and
one of those is a magic wand.
Ooh, so it is exciting. I should use it at some point. I'm going to try it out at something. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Oh God! All right. Actually, I've got to go and do something first, and then.
Elaine drops, and it's just Wrath again. Well, then I guess I'll go and just hang by myself and just wanders off the front of the boat.
I'm definitely. We can play. Like, I just have to do something first. That's.
Are you actually? Is there something you need to do, or was it more of an excuse?
No, it was something I needed to. I realised in that moment that I needed to do a quick sending to.
Sure.
Splendid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that sending kind of works like WhatsApp voice messages in this. It's not like a phone. I can't.
You can't go back and forth.
and
No,
forth.
you can send 24 words,
Yeah.
and she can send 24 words back.
God,
Don't worry, I'll count as you
Yeah.
go.
Len, how's Jax? Hope's good. I'm at sea now. Did ropes. I'm good. New friends made. Band? Question mark?
Is question mark a
I'm
word?
I'm counting that as 2 words. You've got like 6 left.
Stay safe. Love you. Dad.
A minute or 2 goes past, and you just get, right, I think I got that. Jax is fine. I'm alright. Speak to you tomorrow, I guess. That's it.
So efficient. So efficient with the spell.
Yeah.
Didn't even use all the words.
As
Didn't
you
need to. So efficient.
as you move further down the river, because this kind of is a bit of a restful time, I'm assuming this kind of sets the tone for how everyone's interacting.
Adventure!
Phoebe, what does it feel like when you receive a vision?
It's mildly uncomfortable. It's not the level of a bad headache, but it feels like, when you want to crick your neck, but you can't quite do it. There's that pressure that builds up for a minute, and then the pop feeling rather than a noise necessarily, and then the vision occurs.
You feel the pressure and you feel the pop, and your visions are often they're not kind of explicit. It doesn't tell you exactly, it doesn't show you exactly. You've learned to kind of treat it as something to be interpreted. What you see is a family, and then you kind of see little bits and pieces start to fade in, and it's a family, and one's on a sofa and one's on a bed and one's cooking something over a fire, but actually they're all, wait, are they in some kind of pit? And then it draws back even further. Are they in some kind of well? It draws back in even further. Are they in some kind of grave? And then it draws back, and you just see all these water tributaries and streams converging at this point and starting to pour over the edge of this pit, this grave, whatever it is that is the size of a house, and it all trickles in as the family down there are starting to become overwhelmed by it all. And all the while you just hear something reverberating in your head. You hear the ones, it's anyone's fault, it's anyone's fault, anyone did this. And you just hear that round and round and round. And by the time that you break through the other side of the vision, you can see a moss-covered, statuesque, 4-story ruin hoving into view. And that is where we will take our 15-minute interval. So, 15 minutes, get drinks, go to the bathroom, and then come back and we will do the remainder of stuff. And also we'll give you things because we have some dice and some cool things to give away as well. And we need to coordinate that. Sweet, go do things.
Do things.
Anyway,
I'm going mad.
if we could have some slightly like creepy music, please, Chazz. Because
With your
it's
mouth.
not just Phoebe who sees that. You all obviously see it.
What, the vision?
No, the statuesque ruins that you're approaching. It's incredibly quiet here, and as you've got closer to the Lorionare house and further from Oderval, the fields have turned into forests, have turned into cliff faces, actually, as you seem to be going through a valley that then parts slightly, because this house, the ruins of this house are surrounded on all sides. The river splits and goes either side, but there is a small kind of stone dock. Everything is covered in moss, and it looks incredibly plain, just bare rock. It looks like a very long time since anyone lived here, and obviously you know from what Hearth said that it had been used as a stronghold by the tree to keep certain magical items in isolation. Are you just approaching to dock? You're the one in control of the ship.
Yes.
Yep, that's fine.
Not going to talk to the ruins.
The ruins are offended.
The ruins will remember that.
So, it's relatively easy for you to dock. I'll allow that. This is what you do.
Oh, yeah.
You can see that there is an entranceway. There are no doors, only doorways, just open doorways. Though, feel free, if anyone wants to kind of glean a little bit more about the ruins in front of you, feel free to roll perception.
Oh, shoot.
I've dropped an anchor. And that's why I rolled a
shoot.
3.
That is an unnatural 20.
That is an unnatural 23.
8.
All right.
That is a 4.
Yeah, four gets an out.
8.
8, yeah. What was yours again, Tom?
Oh, bloody 7.
Yeah, those of you with below 10, you're probably just struck by the general image of this. However, both of you, the windows, or the openings for windows, a lot of them are broken. You can see kind of shards of glass around the outside. There's maybe 2 or 3 windows in total that are still intact. The ones on the higher levels have metal bars going across them. Were you a natural? No,
Unnatural 20.
unnatural 20. Just checking something. This isn't suspicious at all.
Chloe.
Perfectly normal building to me.
Yeah, you can see kind of the details of something that you're not quite sure why. There are bars and such like on there. You notice a figure move in the top floor past the bars. It's too far from here to say though, because that's 3 stories up. But there's definitely someone in there moving around. There's only the one entrance on this level though.
I don't think we're alone. Is someone in there?
Well, yeah, someone stole things.
Well, usually when people
Alright.
steal things, they vacate.
That's what I do.
See?
And he would know. He would know. wouldn't he?
Professional thief.
Yeah. Well, privateer.
Thank you.
Right. Go on then, let's go. Let's get this over with. I've got to get back.
I shift into a dwarf. Quite a tall dwarf. Because changeling. He has quite a long beard. It's very nondescript, the kind of look that would look a bit like a scout or someone who would sneak ahead and turn the collar of the jacket up. So, do you need anyone to look in advance?
Seems like a good idea.
Yeah, why not? I mean, just they're very high up, so I don't.
Just check the ground floor, make sure there's no traps or nothing, and then we'll just bowl in.
Right, so go off the ship, start stealthing my way towards the hoose.
Roll me stealth.
Wow. Not been a good roll so far. That is an 8.
Okay. Can you roll me perception?
13.
And can you, just because these are all gonna tell a story together, can you roll me a dexterity saving throw?
That is an 6.
The reason that your stealth roll is so bad is because you go to the doorway, you don't spot a tripwire, and from above the doorway, just behind it, as you activate the tripwire, an axe swings down, slams into your chest, and does 7 points of bludgeoning damage as it right in there.
I sort of take it and then sort of swing around to beside the door and just hunker down a bit.
Have you removed it, or are you just?
Oh yeah, just like pull it out, swing down to one side, hunker down by the door, and just sort of waiting, see if anyone comes out.
Okay.
I ready an Eldritch Blast.
There's no immediate response or reaction, but you're smart. How smart are you? I was about to say you're smart enough. I don't know how smart you are.
I am slightly smarter than the average bear.
Specifically?
Yeah.
Being slightly smarter than the average bear, you're smart enough to know that your presence here is now definitely known.
Yeah.
And anyone smart enough to make sure that no one leaves this place, which is what seems to have happened, will be smart enough not to immediately act and will be observing.
Cool.
You will see this.
Yeah. May I do something? I would
Yeah.
like to cast Fairy Fire. Each object in a 20-foot cube within range, which is 60 feet.
Uh-huh.
So would that be able to get the top floor where I
Yep.
thought I saw the person?
Yeah.
I'd like to cast Fairy Fire and outline them in, why not? Violet light. That sounds nice.
Is there like a dex save on that, or is it automatic?
It's an evocation. In my prepared spells list, it doesn't say.
I think it's a dexterity saving throw to avoid
Yeah.
the effect. I'll just check.
If it fails any creature in the area when the spell is cast is outlined in light. If it fails a dexterity saving throw. For the duration, objects and affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius.
He rolls a 14.
Okay.
Rolls a 16. 14 on the dice.
Right. And so that would be against my...
Your spell save DC, which is 8 plus proficiency, which I
Right.
think is 3.
That's 15. So...
16. So you see like a kind of flurry of light, and the objects in that area are lined,
Yeah.
but you can still only see the figure, not the motion, not the light outlining.
Oh.
You notice that the figure moves more quickly after that and disappears from sight.
I went that way.
All right, so you just look like someone who might be able to scout forward. You're not.
Are you talking to me? I mean, how far away am I at this point?
I'm going to start.
You're
I'm just gonna
only
walk
about
towards the
30.
door.
You're only about kind of 20 feet away or so, because the dock just goes right up to that front door.
Sorry, you were saying.
Just walking towards the door as I
Yep.
walk past, just kind of like, so you just look like someone who would be able to scout then, eh? Pat, pat, and I give you a bardic inspiration.
Oh.
Tabaxi stands up from the deck and starts disassembling the broom, unscrewing the head from the quarterstaff that it has been attached to, opening the trap within the head of the broom and pulling out a small leather bag into which goes the head of the broom as they come forward off the ship.
Yep.
That is
Nice.
well sick.
I'm going to move into the room with the now disabled tripwire and just check for more traps.
Sure. Perception or investigation?
Hey! That is bad either way you slice it. That is a 3 perception.
3. You walk into a room.
Well, you know what? No, my investigation's pretty good, so I'm going to go with a 7, 8, 9.
Okay.
I mean, I still walk into a room.
Yeah, you walk into a large room.
Yeah.
It's incredibly bare. You can see it's almost like someone's made a camp in here. Up ahead, there are some stone steps that are a little bit broken in the middle, but go from right to left up to the first floor. And also the wall ahead of you, which would seem to be some exterior wall, is also kind of damaged.
Going behind Tender, and I'm holding an Eldritch Blast just in case anything happens. So if anything appears, held action.
You can also see off to the left-hand side on the far wall another doorway, like an archway that seems to lead into a courtyard. But with a 9, that's all you get.
Yeah. You say that the stairs are broken, so there's not really a way to get up those stairs to the next level?
It's a bit difficult. It's possible. But it's dangerous.
You see any more traps?
No, but you didn't see the other one, so I'm not saying that's not exactly a surefire thing. Phoebe, you say there's someone on the top floor.
Yeah.
Why don't you go have a look?
Fine, I will.
I give you enhanced ability.
Ooh.
I give you Cat's Grace, which is advantage on
No, that's
dexterity.
fine. Let him do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, pat.
So enhanced ability on.
Dexterity, I
Dexterity.
assume.
Thanks.
Yep.
Right.
And you don't take damage from falling 20 feet or less.
Well, I wiggle my shoes and I go, fine, thanks. And I start floating up because my shoes are winged shoes. And I am heading up. I go, so should I just say if there's anything happening or should I just do this on my own?
Try and be stealthy and just let us know if there's anything up there. Keep an eye
Are you
out for
going
trap.
up the inside or outside of the house?
We're all
Unless
inside,
you walk inside, you can
Yeah,
be on the outside.
I'm on the
looking at
outside of the
windows.
house at the minute, at the
Yeah.
windows.
As far as I'm aware, inside.
Okay.
Outside.
So
Yeah.
I've gone outside to do that and then come back in.
Good luck. And then just went back, yeah. So
You
I'm
fly up?
flying up towards where I last saw activity and all of the furniture, if there is furniture still outlined. I
Are
guess.
you trying to be stealthy? Are you trying to be like at the edge of
Yeah,
window?
I'm trying
windows
to.
or-
I'm trying to keep like to the side of the window rather than underneath the window.
Roll me stealth and perception as you're lifting up.
Cool. I'd also like to follow behind her, climbing up.
Back, see. Yep.
So that is a 2 in the stealth.
You've not used these before,
Yep,
so it's a
it's
little bit. You're trying to be
higgledy-piggledy.
at one edge, but then you just go straight into the middle of a window.
Wow.
Oh, dex check.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This
Thank
is why we do
you.
this with an audience.
Rules.
Hey!
Hey, 14.
You initially go, I've never used these before, what if-" and then you're like, oh, pat, and
I remember the
you're just perfectly angling like your eyes so that you can see in, but that's all that would be seen
and
of
now
you.
perception. Oh, that's cocked. Sorry. I'm just gonna. Okay. That's not the worst. It could be. That is a 21.
21. Since you're following up, you're at a backseat, you have climb speed, that's pretty easy. Are you trying to be stealthy?
Yeah. I
Cool.
don't want anyone. Yeah. So 21. 22.
Well, they know that someone's here. As you head up, you pass the first floor. Again, it's kind of similar to the ground floor. Very empty rooms, run down. Looks like people have been camping in kind of makeshift homes and such like. Signs of a scuffle because your perception roll is very high. Could you roll me perception as well? Sorry. You see signs of scuffles on all floors that you pass, but no bodies. You see kind of smears of blood and such like, and broken pieces of furniture. As you get not to the third floor, but the second floor, you see, depends whether you'd know what this is, you see a suit of armor that seems to be gleaming red inside and able to move on its own, because a masculine figure with a shorn head, human apparently, wearing dark purple kind of leatherish armor, is darting round to the second floor and taps this suit of armor, seemingly muttering and mumbling something, and it begins to move and it begins to walk in the direction of where the stairwell is. And they also go and wake up someone who is sleeping on the floor, seemingly a dwarf. You rolled very well on your stealths.
As I see this, I point a finger back down to where I know, let's say, Tender is.
Uh-huh. Just like on the edge.
And send a message saying, we are not alone, 2nd floor, danger, trap.
Right. Bare minimum information, but yeah, there we go. All right.
What's going on?
We're not alone. 2nd floor, danger trap.
You
Right.
also hear this.
As opposed to all the safe traps that. Honestly, these newbies. All right.
How traversable are the stairs?
Can I roll? Oh, sorry.
Sorry, just so I can
How
hear.
traversable are the stairs?
It looks doable. However, this entire place does look hundreds of years old. You don't know if it will take, how well it will take weight.
Do you want to go first this time?
Yeah, why not? It doesn't seem like there's any other way to get up to the 2nd floor. Not much of a climber. Do you weigh the same?
Aye.
No matter what, you.
I think the mass redistribute.
Just wondering if you could be like a small person that could just toss you.
Back into Rathar. I'm the same person.
Right. No, it's just honest question. Sorry, didn't mean to offend you.
No, it's fine. God.
Stepping on eggshells. All right, here we go. All right,
Is this Polaris's face? Stood behind this.
Are you gymming again?
Yeah, we are all the time. I think I draw my new trident, and I'm just while that's happening, I'm just sort of weighing it, and then just start walking towards the stairs.
Sure.
As they are in the background of
Yeah. This conversation happened.
I can toss you.
This'll do.
Can you just make me a standard dexterity check?
Standard dexterity check.
Yeah. You can make it kind of like acrobatic if you want. It's just about nimbly getting up the stairs.
Jack be nimble, Jack be 16.
Jack
Thanks.
be perfectly good at getting upstairs.
There's a lot of stairs at sea.
All
You
them
get up
rope
quite
ladders.
easily to the 1st floor just to keep track of what else is happening. Hannah, you had something?
I was just wondering whether I could roll a history or whatever check to figure out if I know what this glowing red suit of armor is.
Arcana would be the roll,
Okie dokie.
I believe.
Shall I roll the same or give advantage?
You can give advantage. How would you help in this instance?
I mean, the best I could do would be to whisper it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like whispering little details or things you've noticed, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Are you giving me advantage?
Yeah.
Yep. Roll again.
Well, I know more than I did. So I've got a 10.
Wait, you had no... okay.
I got a 3.
Something horror. Something horror. Definitely horror in the name.
Horror by
Yeah.
name, horror by nature. Okay, cool.
Are you following Polaris up the stairs?
Yes.
Sure. Both roll me dex checks. It can be acrobatics if you want.
Oh, lovely. That's a 7 for me.
Well, mine's better.
Actually, it's an 8. I'll go on Dex. It's an 8.
And what's yours?
11.
11. Can you make me a dexterity saving throw? As you walk up, you just hit a point that's incredibly weak, and the stone starts to crumble from beneath you.
Oh,
You're only
Minnie!
about 10 feet up.
Dexterity saving throw. That is a 19.
19. How do you do this, like, actually incredibly well?
This is not the first time. Yeah, this is not the first time I've been on a crumbling staircase, but also it's a proper Whoop! Ah. Cheers.
Great.
Sorry, they're Wrath at the moment. Wrath's not nice.
Characters bonding. And yours was quite a respectable.
It's 11.
Okay, just. There's like
It's
a little
almost
bit
like
of a wobble when
yeah.
you're helping.
It's almost like
Tender up.
I steady them as I'm
Yeah.
like.
You managed to catch up to Polaris. Is there anything immediately anyone wants to do? Otherwise, we are going to have to enter initiative order.
Is the purple leather person still...
Wearing leather, not made of.
It's a shame.
Very different combat.
Is the purple person still... person wearing purple, are they still in that room or have they fucked off by this point?
From what you've seen, he's woken up
Someone else?
a dwarf, and they seem to be moving towards the door.
And this is the floor above us, 'cause it's on the second floor. On the
Yes,
first.
this is on the second floor, but they are moving in the direction. Well, you can see they're moving in the direction of the stairwell. You don't know.
If
So,
I
yeah,
can
can't
see
remember.
that, then I'll send another message on the way to the stairs. Bald man, purple rumor.
We've got company.
Okay.
Any idea who?
It doesn't matter. They're
Did
not-
they describe them?
Yeah, purple head. Leatherman.
These are all very good names for ships.
Rethar thinks
Look,
Purple.
if anything comes down that stairs, not one of us, we'll have him.
my skin turns purple and kind of leathery.
I would like to use command, please, if
Yes.
that's allowed. And I am going to command purple leather person, and I'm going to attempt to command the gleaming red armor. And this is a second.
So you're
Okay.
you're upcasting, so
Nice.
you can command
Yeah.
two at once.
Ooh.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll allow
so
you to
it's-
do this, and then we will enter initiative.
Yeah, it's wisdom save.
Okay. And what's your DC is 15, is it?
Yeah, spell save DC is 15.
One of those, the blank horror, rolls a nat 20.
Oh.
But the man rolls, I mean, it's a 4 on the dice, so it's definitely not passing.
Cool.
What is the one word?
So the one word is grovel.
Yep.
And you see, like, it's twisting and it's resisting. It's the effort that he's trying not to, but he falls to his knees and is on the ground. However, the other thing is moving apace.
And he is now prone.
Yep, he is now prone. So we don't do initiative rolls where we roll for each individual person. What we do is let the audience call a roll to see who goes first, the NPCs or the PCs. So odds or evens for the NPCs to go first? Odds. It's evens. So
Thanks.
you all managed to go first. Can we have something a bit more fighty, Chazz?
Fighty chat.
Fighty Chazz. So it will actually be Griff.
We
It is
like to
your
party.
turn first. You can see that this individual is now groveling on the floor. There is the dwarf, kind of femme dwarf that you can see, and also the huge kind of golden gleaming set of armor with this red kind of glow inside.
Oh, for the love of crumb cake. Can
Oh, I like that.
have they seen us? Do they know we're there? Presumably from hearing grovel, they will have known.
Yeah.
Are they on the way to the window?
Their turn hasn't come yet, so they've just noticed. You don't know if any of them. Obviously, the man on the floor, I'm going to start referring to by names just for ease. Delash is on the floor, and you can see Emera looking around for who has cast the spell, and does see you. Sees Phoebe, and the horror is not responding. Is just walking because it has a job to do.
I don't like any of
Is it wearing a hat?
It's wearing a helmet. I don't know if it's wearing a helmet or it just is a helmet. But there
It is a hat.
there
It's
is-
the biggest job of all.
Oh no, it's Mario again.
What are the situations around this window? Are we looking at broken glass in the window? Or are we looking at...
on this floor, you've got like a broken glass window, yeah. So you could get through.
Okay. And what is their visual like inside? Is it dark inside the room? Do they have light sources?
There's a couple of light sources, but it's afternoonish, so there's actually a fair bit of light just cascading through the
So
windows.
I ain't getting
currently.
through this window without them seeing me.
You would have to roll ridiculously high in terms of stealth for them to not see you.
Right. You had to make noise. There is a slight glare at the caster before the tabaxi jumps through the window, holding the quarterstaff in front of them, but does not make an attempt to contact. Basically, is just putting their body in front of your body before you do anything else.
Is there anything? Do you want to ready an action or hold an action?
I'll just prep a dodge.
So that's if any attack comes towards you, you're trying to dodge. Okay, cool. It is then Ratha.
We don't know what's going on.
Is it Ratha or is it Polaris? 1 second. What's your dex?
12.
I've got a +2, so
Yeah, sorry, Ratha.
That's cool.
we don't know what's going on.
No, we know there's something going on upstairs, and it's. I will have relayed the message properly. It is.
So I'm not purple and leathery.
Someone in purple leather is upstairs.
What do they look like?
Bald. I didn't get a full description.
Suddenly bald, sort of human. And I'm going to stealth upstairs.
Okay, roll me stealth.
All right.
That's a good idea. You can confuse them into thinking that they've got a twin.
Fuck off. That's a 17.
17.
Oh my god.
Okay, so it's pretty good. You're working your way up the stairs. Is this you going from the first floor to the second floor?
Are we on the first floor at the moment?
Yeah. The
Okay. I'd like to go up the stairs to the second floor, but hug any shadow that there is there so I can see into the room potentially, but not be seen unless people are looking for me.
Okay.
Do I see into the room? Do I see the peeps?
What you will see actually, I mean, roll me perception just in case.
Yep. It's a 2, 4.
It's probably because, and weirdly because of the height difference, it hasn't spotted you being there, but the helmed horror is coming towards the doorway and so is blocking most of the view into the room. That's
As
what
I
you see, but it's kind of a bit looming over you.
As I sneak from the first floor up the stairs, second to the helm door and go, go back down into the first floor, and just sort of, and because I'm stealthing, just sort of move into a corner quietly. You can't see me.
Just see you go up the stairs and nothing.
Yeah.
So have you moved back down the stairs or just
Ideally
round?
move up the stairs, see the helm door and go, no, and slightly move back down in shadow, so because I've rolled quite a high stealth roll, so it's just to stay out of the way.
Cool. David, Tom, one of you can go first since you have equal dexes.
Me?
You are in a better position to do. Wait, we're both in the same place, aren't we?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you mind? I got a thing.
You got a thing?
Yeah.
Do the thing.
I'm gonna go up the stairs. I'm assuming that I see the horror.
Yes, you can see the horror.
The horror. The horror.
It's a big glowing suit of armor.
Yeah. I'm assuming right. I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic on it.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
How does your Dispel Magic work?
Dispel Magic works. Any spell that is below 3rd level immediately stops.
Right.
And any spell that is above 3rd level, for each spell of 4th level or higher on the target, I make an ability check using my spellcasting ability, which is Charisma. If the DC equals 10 plus the spell's level, the DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. On a successful check, the spell ends.
I'm going to be really nice. And
Oh.
roll an Arcana check.
That is a 12.
It might work. It's worth a pump.
It's not going to work, is it?
Commit!
Yeah, no, I mean, if it might work, it's worth a punt. I'm going to do it. That's a 3rd level spell burn.
Burn.
What does that look like? What are you physically doing?
It's cross hands and rip like that, just in the air.
Nice.
And you do hear the strings on the harp just kind of resonate.
Nice.
Like a kind of.
Nice.
They do this.
It's a Western sting.
Because it's not something that has been animated by spell, it is a construct.
Damn.
It just keeps walking towards you.
Right, well, I'm out of ideas. Polaris?
I would like,
To
I would
rage.
like as whatever effect does not happen on this thing, it kind of just keeps on walking.
I'll back away. Yeah.
As that happens, if possible, I would like simply to just run effectively into the shot, if you will, and just trounce it with my trident.
Yeah.
So it just basically keeps walking and then just Polaris appears and
Okay, make an attack roll.
heck yeah. That is a 25.
Oh,
Yes, that will hit.
Someone can hit things in this place.
Roll damage.
Oh, we'll roll damage. Come on. 6 damage, and that is magical piercing.
Yes, so it does actually take. It's not resistant to that. So yeah, you managed to impale it on there. However, this thing is so well built.
Of course.
And you know that it's going to take a lot more than that to actually damage it.
So I do it again. That is a 16 this time.
Nope.
So I don't do it again.
I think maybe, is it just because you've
I think
had to pull it out,
I
which has
think-
sent you like slightly off balance?
Yeah, I think I tried to like damage it more by kind of wrenching it, but instead it's the bit of the plating is too thick and it just prangs it off, and I'm like, all right, and stand my ground. If it's coming for Tender, it's coming through me.
Phoebe.
Right. So there is a dwarf who is no longer sleeping, and the humanman, or the masculine dark purple leather wearing figure, is also there. Okay. Right. I'm still outside, but you're inside?
Yep.
Don't have to be for long. I'm pretty quick.
Well, yes, and
This command only lasts a round as well, remember?
yeah, totally chill. Why not? Yep. Sorry, I'm just trying to do something.
Is this
Won't
just
hurt
for
everyone.
just for the visual? Is this Phoebe looking through her
Yeah.
notebook?
Yes.
Whilst flying.
Had
Yes.
something for this.
I've got something for this. Okay.
You didn't cover this in basic training.
Now would be a good time for something.
Yeah, I am going to use just a cantrip. It's instantaneous, and I would like to Sacred Flame. Flame-like radiance descends on a creature I can see within range. The target must succeed on a dex saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage. Target gains no benefit from cover for the saving throw. I would like to hit the prone figure.
Which I assume, is that disadvantage on the saving throw? Or
Yeah.
Is that prone?
I think it's disadvantage, unless anyone in the audience is going to...
Nope, prone.
No. Well, one of them's a nat 1.
Great. So
Ace.
can they take 1d8 damage?
2d8, your 5th level.
2d8 damage, please. Do
Sure.
I roll? Or do
Yeah, you
want
roll.
to- that's 4. 5. Well, so they take 5
Yeah.
fiery.
You still briefly engulf them in flame.
Yeah.
Like you've said grovel and then engulf them in flame. You're doing quite well at looking at like a badass.
Yeah.
Apart from the bit where you went through your notebook.
They didn't see that bit. They were
Yeah, absolutely. They didn't.
Right. However, there is the femme dwarf who has seen you because you barreled into the room and you've been casting spells and saying grovel from outside. And so, to be honest, throwing one hand axe at you and one hand axe at you is not messing around. So, rolls a 3 and a 2.
She was in fact messing around.
Just like picks them up and just goes completely wide. I'm just gonna roll something. You can see she's ashamed.
Shame
Yeah,
check.
that didn't work.
Free action.
How she wanted to.
Free action. Lame.
She's very annoyed that she's going to have to go to the walls to pull out her hand axes so that she can't do something cool with them in response to that. The man on the floor, who was briefly engulfed in flame, is going to look at you because you're the one who's actually done damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just gonna send, it's an 18 on the dice,
Well.
sends this dark bolt of kind of shadowy magic towards you, and you take, it's gonna be 3d10 necrotic damage. I'm afraid, because
So am I.
he is... How many hit points you have?
38.
It's fine. You're not going to die from this.
Yet.
You take 10 points of damage.
Okay.
So it does kind of shock through your body, and he just smiles, looking at you after what you've done to him, and he uses like his movement to actually just get to his feet and ready himself. And you are facing down the Helmed Horror, having just like kind of wiggled your trident out of him.
Yes.
Right.
And I've just realised I've been...
Wiggled your trident out.
I know. I was trying to just barrel straight past the fact I said that.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
and it.
a bit underpowered, so I'm better.
You notice the two long swords by its sides, and it just brings them up, and it's going to try and make two swiping attacks at you. And it gets, that is a 19
It's a hit.
and a 15.
Yes, the first one hits, the second one doesn't.
Okay, so the first one comes in square.
Ooh.
Nice.
Cool.
5 slashing damage
slashing.
with this huge sword, and the other one just kind of goes wide.
As it strikes me, there is a reaction in my body, as it were. The kind of the water behind my skin kind of seems to ripple and kind of glow almost with a kind of it's like a kind of darkness kind of registers around it, almost like registering a shockwave as this thing hits me, and then I kind of go "Arr!" and that's interesting, and that's what happens.
Yeah. And we will
something's just happened.
come back to that
Yep.
later. So
Right.
it goes back up.
Is
to
Tom a bomb?
Seen the first season of Heroes?
Oh God!
back up to unknown.
All right, so clearly of the two humanoids in the room,
One is obviously much more skilled, it seems, or a much bigger threat than the other.
and that is definitely the one that I am heading towards.
Yeah.
I've got the quarterstaff double-handed, and I'm bringing that just down as I can on a crushing blow on top of the head.
Nice. Roll for it.
16.
Hits squarely.
So that's 1d6. 3. Oh no, plus my attack. 7.
Hey. Yeah, it's a pretty gnarly, bloody hit.
And then take my cunning action
Sure.
to flip the staff around to use the other end coming up through the chin.
Nice.
Yeah, not as cunning. That is an 8.
Do you want to roll performance to see if you can style this out?
17.
Yeah, it's a little bit Mary Poppins. It's a little bit like Chimney Sweep, but it doesn't look like you've just missed an attack. It looks like you've been quite suave about finishing the move.
And that is what I care about, right? What they think of me.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right? That is the lesson of this show. Care about what people think of you. Okay, Ratha.
Can we hear combat upstairs?
Yeah, you're now you've heard kind of the spark of the flame. You've heard like a kind of strange
hand
dark
axes
magic. Yeah, 2 hand axes just hitting into rock.
I'm assuming there's no way up the stairs past the Helmed Horror without incurring some sort of... I mean, I've rolled a 17 on stealth, so I'm hard to see, but you know.
It kind of fills the stairway.
Okay.
If you wanted to like acrobatically clamber over it.
Not in character at all. I will back up behind Tender. Actually, I'm already behind Tender. Looking at the Helmed Horror, I will mutter under my breath in Sylvan, and dark necrotic energy will swirl around the Helmed Horror as it is hexed.
Ah.
There is no saving throw.
And what impact does that have on the Helmed Horror?
It has disadvantage on an ability check made with a chosen ability strength. Disadvantage on strength checks.
Okay, and there's no saving throw on that.
No. At which point I from behind Tender, just shoot 2 Eldritch Blast at it.
Yeah. Wait, can you do Hex and Eldritch Blast in the
Hex
same?
is a bonus action and Eldritch Blast is a cantrip. Yes, I can.
They're 2 magical things.
Hex is a first level spell, Eldritch Blast is a cantrip.
Oh, okay.
You're allowed to do cantrips.
Okay.
With one other spell, level spell. Yeah.
Thank you. That is a 16 and a 19.
Was those the attack rolls?
Yes.
Both miss?
Both miss.
Yep. You just
Do
kind
they
of-
splash off or do I just miss completely?
They splash off. You feel like you kind of just got the angles right, but they just kind of like weirdly splash off and deflect. Just sending these eldritch energies out.
Well, that's concerning.
Anything else you want to do?
No, that's all my actions. I'm behind Tender.
Polaris.
Well, did Tender go before me last time?
Oh,
does
yeah,
that,
sorry,
Does that set it
you
up?
did.
So, yeah.
In which case,
After you.
I'll be like, right. Well, let's get this guy out of the way then. Follow me! I'm just gonna wave my arms. And, hey, this way! Come on! And just go and stand by a window.
Oh my goodness.
What exactly are you doing?
I guess persuade.
Sorry, this isn't like a bard spell.
No, this is a new move I've invented
This worked really well with your awesome wife.
called Follow Me.
The whole thing.
Right.
This is a move that
We're
we
doing Follow
often,
Me.
Me and Calpurnica's often pulled, which is the Follow Me.
Okay.
Which is where
Hey,
I
let's do
basically
Follow
just
Me.
make myself very obvious
Oh.
near something dangerous.
roll, and you're going over to one of the windows.
One of the windows.
Is it basically at this point? Yeah, if you're on the stairs, it's a window that leads into a courtyard.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll persuasion. It's immune to magical charming, so I thought it was gonna be fine.
No, it's regular charming. So that's
Hey.
You're more than regular charm.
persuasion. That is a 19. Oh.
A 19. That's persuasive. It begins to follow you in the direction
You
of.
dumb piece of shit. Come on.
Begins to follow you in the direction of the window.
Amazing.
Polaris.
I'm a yes and kind of guy. I would like to yes and this situation by it's moving towards Tender in the window. Great title. And I clock the plan. I would like to hold an action to use my action to attack it when it reaches the window with a view to like applying kinetic force with that attack.
Shove.
Okay.
Now,
Shove is
Sure.
a thing, right?
That is
easy
what
to
you are
shove
going
now.
to do.
yeah, shove is a thing actually. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Phoebe.
Rules
Yeah.
is written.
Okay. So, cool. You're still there. Someone just hurt me. I'm
Yeah,
very upset about it.
You've got a completely undamaged dwarf,
Yep.
but who has also only damaged some walls,
Mm-hmm.
and the man who you engulfed in flame, and he retorted by inflicting wounds upon you.
Yeah. Okay. Right. What I would like to do is, I think. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Scorching Ray. So I create 3 rays of fire and hurl them at targets within range. I can hurl them at one or several. I have to make a ranged spell attack for each ray. On a hit, they take 2d6 fire damage. There is nothing they can do to not be hit. So
Sure.
I would like to hit all 3 of them at the person who hurt me.
Okay.
So I am going to try and roll spell attacks.
I love the way you say the person who hurt me, like
Yeah.
something emotional has happened here.
It's my first outing, and I'm taking it very personally.
Roll me three attack rolls.
Yarp.
Yarp.
Yarp. Where? Oh God. So just D20
Alright.
at top. Well, 9.
Nope.
Oh. 21
Yeah.
and 11.
No. So it's kind
So
of
1.
miss, hit, miss. They're
Yeah,
trying to
okay, and then-
dodge out the way. He is.
2d6. May I borrow your?
Oh yes.
Okay,
Ooh,
so
hello.
that's 8.
Big.
8 points of damage for them.
You realise that he's starting. It's more that it's showing in his face and his expression that he's starting to be actually incredibly hurt. Physically, not emotionally.
See how he feels.
Right.
The free action is sick burn. And then this.
You'll be burnt by the rays of the dawn.
What?
The new dawn shall come for you, and like just doesn't
Yeah.
even blink at the what. And it is now gonna have to walk past you, so you'll get. But it's her only weapons. So saying, I'm as much a bringer of the new dawn as well. Like going over to try and get one of her axes.
Is she coming in range?
Yeah, she's gonna come in range and have to go because like it's the only way to go past you to the wall.
If she's coming by the side of me, I've got it prepped.
Yep.
She's gonna
Make
get
an attack
jabbed.
of opportunity. Oh,
At 20.
Get swept.
Yeah.
roll the damage.
All right. So.
I'm as much bringer of the new dawn as you.
Get Shrek.
Yeah.
Get shreked.
6.
It's still like a respectable
Is
tonk.
nat 20 not doubled?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh
double
yeah,
it.
sorry.
Oh,
The
hell.
dice
Roll that
roll.
shit again.
Yeah.
Oh!
So that's that's 9
It's-
the second time, so it's 15 altogether.
Ooh.
That's
just
actually
put it
like it's
through her?
it might just be like you've cracked on the back
Yeah.
of the head. Yeah. She's now kind of still going to get her axe because that's
Fair play.
It's not her day.
she
needs to roll a crit with his
grabs
axes.
her axe and then turns back to you because you've just hurt her and kind of looking between the two of you and then is going to try to just swipe at you with one of her hand axes. And the roll is a 5. Imera is not having a good day. The man is just looking square at you and says, you will be burnt in the holy fires of the new dawn.
My dad's got holy fires, so fucking come at me.
Story.
He doesn't know who your dad is.
Do you not know who mine is?
It's like a weird flex, but alright.
Just kind of, that's
So
Your dad's a priest?
an
sounds
odd
fine.
thing to do.
Baffle them into
An odd thing to
submission.
say. Rolls a 12 on an
Nope.
attack roll.
Nope.
You see another ray of kind of shadowy necrotic energy just go bend past you and goes, who is it then that's protecting you?
Myself, I'm a modern woman.
I'm right here.
You're also protecting me.
Thank you.
Dash is thoroughly confused by the dynamic here and the dynamic between you and your dad. The Hound Horror, you're saying, come along,
Come on!
over
This
here,
way!
is going to grapple you.
Is it?
Yes.
Alright. Because I've got nothing to say it
It's
doesn't.
got disadvantage on that, Clay. It's got disadvantage on that.
Yes, thank you.
I'm just rolling a bit for no reason.
Okay, so what's your... Because I assume you are resisting being grappled by the
Acrobatics, right?
magical
Yes.
construct
Do I
of
roll?
armor.
Yes. That is a... wait, can I do
Acrobatics or athletics?
acrobatics or athletics? I'm going to do acrobatics, and that is a 11.
18 at disadvantage.
Well, come on then!
Grabs you
Oh, God!
and is going to try and drag you out of the window with it. You are about, at this point, 30 odd feet above the ground. You did hold an action for when the Helmed Horror was going to get at the window.
I did. Let's go.
Do it.
Let's go.
Do it.
I'm going to let you do this before it does any hoofing.
Yep. Now, I held my action. Does that mean with extra attack I get both my attacks? I'm getting a nod?
Yes.
Not seeing any
yeah.
shaking heads? Yeah? Like, because it's not just a random, like, reaction.
Yeah,
doesn't,
yeah,
like,
it's
already
still
blah, blah, blah. No,
holding,
my
it's
full
holding
action.
your
I can handle it.
action, and your
It's
action
not-
includes.
It's not an attack roll, Tom. It's a shove, so it's a grapple.
Right. I guess if I'm trying to shove it out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're trying to do something.
I'm trying to attack it with my thing.
Oh, with that thing.
Well, with my because
Yeah, you're trying to attack it. That's fine.
yeah. Cool.
I mean, it's my free action. I'm just like, just get out the window.
It's holding on to you.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Just get out of the way.
Okay. If you say that.
Go on.
Well, the first attack will not do anything. Actually, for the sake of argument, it's a contested roll, isn't it? So I get 2 attacks. It might roll a 1. My athletics roll was a 10 on trying to shove it.
I'm trying to shove it.
And so and it's grapple, so it's contested.
Contested strength,
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Oh, sorry, not shove. It's contested strength. Yeah.
Still disadvantage.
Yeah.
Disadvantage. That is a 10.
Oh.
And
So-
it just stays in
yeah.
the same place. Yeah, even.
Okay. Try again. 17.
Is that the attack?
Yeah.
Misses.
Oh no, sorry, not the attack. It's another shove.
Oh, you're just.
Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry. You're
sorry,
just
yeah,
trying to do multiple shoves. Sorry.
You
Weapon
know.
makes my head go attack.
Yeah,
What was that roll again?
yeah. 17. Yeah.
Oh, that's 10.
Okay.
I really like
As
Oh, no. Tennis got things up his sleeve.
as it as this connects, and I think the reason the second shove hits
Yeah.
is it's kind of like the first shove is damn it. And the second shove, I kind of lean backwards, and where this kind of blow had struck me earlier, where this like dark sort of wound energy is like flying around here, it kind of like flows up through my body and goes every time, and then sort of turns into like a bright yellow, bright white, and then suddenly lightning energy pours out of my hands and connects with this with this massive
Yeah.
suit of armor, and in return it takes 4 lightning damage, as some of what I received is put back out onto it.
Gonna say you take
As do I.
that as well because you are being held by the big.
That's
electric
right. The big,
metal
the
thing.
big.
Out the window!
This is how I push things out of windows.
Duly noted.
So it was just 4.
Duly noted.
Just 4, yeah. 4, and it's pushed 5 feet, of course, because
it's
the
pushed-
shove succeeded.
Oh yeah. Well, it was heading for the window. You begin to fall.
I didn't do an action on my last turn. I didn't say that I held an action, but I mean,
You
if
did
I
the
can have another turn
persuading.
before I hit the ground. No, we're craving grapple because my turn was before Polaris.
This is
how
in
how
response to-
gripped is he?
Oh, very tightly.
Because
Even
I
more
have
so
a
now it's been shut down by action.
Yeah.
because I have a reaction, and I'm gonna reach out and try and grab an arm off him.
You don't have a reaction. It's not your turn.
Yeah.
A, it is my turn.
No, you
And
held
No.
your
and
I
action.
B,
held action, and then when you got to the window, you got to do that held
But
action.
that's-
reaction.
that's not how
can-
reactions and held actions work.
Reactions, I'm going to
I've
allow
now
because
just
for me,
taken my turn
reaction
anyway.
is just when
Yeah.
anything happens, you only
Yeah,
have one
right.
reaction per round. But,
Yeah.
However, how are you?
That's a good point. So
Yeah.
he's begun to tumble up.
Yes.
Can
And
I use my
also,
reaction
this
as
is
he
a-
begins to leave my area?
It's up to the DM.
Yeah.
What I'm going to say is, like, it is so tightly held.
Yeah.
What you would do,
It's just steady.
you can try. Even if you succeed, it's going to be dangerous and dodgy for Tender, because you are trying. You'll be holding him by his arm,
Okay. All right. Yeah.
whilst that is.
In that case,
holding him.
the instinct is there,
Yeah.
but it's probably because of like that. The power's just manifested, and it's like.
Yeah.
But as they fall, it's just too late.
Yeah.
All right.
Because we're still technically on the Helmed Horror's turn.
Oh yeah.
Going out of the window and beginning to plummet. Do you have the spell that I'm checking whether you have?
Oh yeah.
Featherfall.
No. But
Okay.
I have a different one. I got all these in my head.
One per game, guys.
Yeah, but you take an action, mate.
Yeah.
It's not your turn yet.
I know, it'll be my turn eventually.
You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and the Helmed Horror takes 7 as you
There is no
Okay.
justice.
into the ground
Yeah, I was on the
outside, and you're now in a courtyard. kind of probably about the size of this theatre.
Right.
Right. It is now your turn. Griffin's turn.
They're both still standing.
Standing's a
yeah,
strong
yeah,
term.
yeah. Dalash looks really bad. However, like kind of got burn marks and such like all over him.
Again, double-handed straight to the face.
Sure, go for it.
I've just been sitting there, just poof, poof, poof. That's all they do. It's like pool with faces.
Yeah.
So that is an 18.
That will hit resoundingly.
Yarr. 9.
9. His body crumples, and he's now like half on one foot and on one knee because he folds like paper. He is not dead, but that hit, you see how bloodied he is, and you can now see like the kind of there's bone through skin, and it's like it's ugly for him.
Again.
In my corner.
Yeah, again. $13.
Just hits.
Unlucky for some.
6.
What does it look like?
The crumpling action continues. It's not pleasant or enjoyable. This person has been a danger to myself and to the people that I am here to help and protect, but there is nothing about that sound or that look that makes me happy. Removing the end of the quarterstaff does actually take a small amount of effort because of the amount of stick that is still there. And I turn to look, I can't actually do anything, but turn to look immediately at the dwarf.
There is one final gasp from Dalash in that crumpling, like looking at you, even maybe as you're looking away. I'll see you again. And then just energy goes. Amara's got the one hand axe because the other one's still in the wall. But it is Rath's turn.
Can I now get up the stairs?
Yes, there is no magical Hauntor in your way.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I walk up the stairs, take it in, look at the dwarf, and say, all right, let's all just calm down. She, he, they.
She.
She needs to make a wisdom saving throw, please. And it's not a charm person, so there's no disadvantage.
Okay. Oh, wisdom save.
Yes,
16.
please. 16.
Oh, sorry, that is 18.
18. Well, she's not Fey presenced. Let's say that, standing there, looking at her. Let's all just calm down.
I'm supremely calm.
Good.
You just...
Do you want to put the axe down?
I can't let you leave here. And I won't, and I'm going to do my duty.
Right.
Is there anything else you do?
No.
Sure. Tender, you have been smashed into the ground.
Am I released from this? Did it, in falling, did it?
Yeah, it
Released
kind
from the
of,
grapple?
yeah. It's no longer holding onto you tight, but it's right next to you.
I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna run back up the stairs. So I'm assuming that it's too heavy to get back up those stairs.
You're moving out of its
Yeah, I guess I get an attack
area.
opportunity. Yeah.
It's just going to try to swipe and grab at your leg
Sure.
as you run, and also
Is that contested grapple then?
yes.
Disadvantage on it again.
Thank you for reminding me. That's cocked. Disadvantage is 15.
Well, that's an 8 from me.
Oh!
Run away. Squat!
Yeah.
Where's Cal when you need him?
Do you have a bonus action you want to do?
No. No, fuck it. I mean, no. No, there's no one I can give bardic inspiration to. I can't see anyone. No, my bonus action is to groan.
You are 53 years old and
In
you
a
just took a
sideshow
big
Bob
hit.
style, hitting with the roses.
Polaris.
I'd like to stand in the shattered remains of the window, look down at this sorry affair, and kind of ready the trident. What?
As a free action,
Yeah.
if I can see you, I guess I won't. It doesn't matter. You do
No,
what you
it's
do.
I kind of hold the trident in my hands, look down at you running, grabbing the thing. Will you do right by our crew? And I'd like to cast Witch Bolt at 2nd level.
Whoa!
Okay. and
Thank
what
you.
Is that an attack roll or a saving throw?
It is an attack roll.
Okay, make the attack roll.
Let's see, shall we? What is my spell attack? Oh, there it is. Really need this to be good. 17.
Goes wide.
Yeah. So again, kind of from within, kind of a real crackling energy, and you get the sense that this really hurts because I'm made of water. Loads of like lightning pours out of my hand and just lacerates the ground like a good 5 feet to your left, and indeed it's left. I'd then like to use action surge.
Nice.
And jump out of the window and attack it.
Sure. Are you just taking that damage from the fall?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll cast Mage Armor.
Fuck you.
You take 9 points of damage from slamming down into the ground, but it does look incredibly cool.
Yeah, it would look cooler if I'd hit. 9 damage. And I will obviously roll my attacks. That is a 26.
Yes, that does hit.
So as I land, and now it's two-handed, so I'm going to roll the d8.
Is this being incredibly cool and like it's as you land
Yeah.
that you're coming from
It's
above? Yeah.
We've all
It's
seen that
linked
one.
down an A in Super Smash
Yes.
Bros.
Yes.
For clarity, I rolled a 2, and I'm a great weapon fighter, and I'm holding this thing with 2 hands, so I'm rolling it again.
Yep.
And getting another 2, but there we go. So that's 2 plus some stuff damage. It's a new character. Let's learn how they work in advance. Never.
As you land, it was like, you were supposed to protect the girl, protect Phoebe. I'm fine.
You be visibly not fine. That's 7 magical piercing.
Okay.
And then I do it again, as a great band once sang. Nope. Stuck in there again, probably.
Yeah, it's just having to spend it.
But am I
Getting it
like,
out.
is it prone?
No, it used...
Did it get back up?
oh no,
Actually, I haven't had a turn.
sorry, currently it is prone.
So do I have
because it's not its turn yet. Yes, you do.
Oh, big stuff.
Re-roll the other one as well,
Yeah,
just in case you
just
get 20.
I didn't,
Okay.
but I hit the second time. It's a
Sweet.
16 plus 8. Great. Come on. That is an 8. Plus some stuff, so 13.
13. Like, you do a significant amount of damage to this. You're starting to see kind of, like, rents in the metal
Yeah,
and such,
I've, like, tried
where
to
this
land
glowing
in its-
energy is just pouring out of it.
Yeah.
It's still all right. Like, it's still working and functioning, but you've really hit it hard.
Right.
Phoebe.
You be visibly
Right.
Dalash is dead. Imera is the only person who seems to be there and has turned to look at
Trying to
Rapper.
calm the situation down. It doesn't appear to be working.
Is that what you say out loud?
Yeah.
Right, would you like to die or would you like to leave?
I can do both.
Well, eventually, probably. Okay. And I cast, so I've got a first level spell and I can do a cantrip on my turn. Is that how?
As long as one's a bonus action.
Yeah, it has to be marked as a bonus action. What's the cantrip?
I was just going to Sacred Flamer. Again, do Sacred Flame, which is basically I set someone on.
Yeah, it's an action.
Okay, not a problem. Well, if I'm going to spend an action, I might as well spend a fucking action. So
Let's go.
yeah, I am going to. Yeah, I'm just gonna Scorching Ray again because it makes me feel good.
Scorching makes me feel good.
Yeah. So. So, I found it and then it went away. Okay, so basically 3 rays of fire. I'd like to hurl them all.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh shit. Well, yeah, 18 plus 7.
Yeah, definitely hits.
14 plus 7, 21.
Yep.
1 plus 7.
Oh, 1 plus 7 does not.
Nope.
The
cool.
other two. I hope you feel proud about this
I
because
feel-
you are doing this directly into her back.
I feel really good.
Just looking at you, it just starts getting barraged by
Yeah.
these
Well-
And then it's a total of 4d6, 2 times 2d6.
Absolutely.
So, oh shit. Okay, so first one is 10 points of
Okay.
damage, and the second one is 7 points of damage. So I've just done 17.
She stumbles forward a tiny bit as she's hit in the back by these, and you can't see the expression on her face, but you can. And it's a weird mix of like pain, but doesn't like shrugging it off and doesn't care, but in pain, but doesn't care.
Fascinating.
With that, it is now her turn, and so she will just try to go straight for you. As someone who doesn't seem to have any powers because they just walked into the room and
As she
said to
goes
calm down.
straight for me, my face does a very, very unsettling thing. Like, there's sort of a weird, like, scream, but then the mouth goes way too large, and it's just really horrible and unpleasant. She attacks with disadvantage.
Oh, what did you actually just kind of cast there?
I used Unsettling Visage.
Ooh.
Disadvantage. Oh, sorry. The lowest on the dice is a 16.
Oh,
Well, it still hits me.
Yes. So it's 1 hand axe
that is a cool ability.
because the other one is still in
Second
a wall.
one will hit.
It's only 5 damage.
Okay.
I think it's like she kind of swings low to avoid the big weird face.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then she does actually have multi-attack, so she will just go again. That's such a shame. The highest was a nat 20, but the lowest is a 14.
It only works on the first attack.
Oh, I see. So that is a.
That's right. Or is the
I'm gonna re-roll because otherwise, like, I could have just picked the higher one. Then I re-roll and it's a 6. So, weirdly, she is more unsettled. I don't know how you feel about this, by your actual face.
Not the first time I've heard that.
Brutal. Just more confused by that. And then it's just kind of spinning round in the midst of all of you. The Helmed Horror is going to start dragging you. Now,
You are dressed very badly.
I'll allow you to just roll perception for your general surroundings since you're down here, and you can roll perception at disadvantage because you are currently being dragged at an awkward angle.
Has it got up?
Yes, it's now getting
Okay.
up,
Cool.
and it is starting to
I
walk.
will do that perception roll.
That's a 7. Oh, at disadvantage.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
That's a 7.
There's a lot of sky.
A little sky, a little bit of gravel.
Sky, gravel, wall.
23.
With a 23, you can see that the direction that the Helmed Horror seems to be starting to walk in is some kind of, imagine like a small wooden Stonehenge is kind of wooden frames in a circle. And because it's a 23, you can see that bound with leather to one of the cross frames is a sword that almost looks as if it was made of glass with fog encased in it.
That'll be the
And
gauntlet.
there's just a general sense of not good about it.
Barnacles and breeches.
It's 20 feet away.
That's Woodhenge.
So it uses half of its movement to get up.
Yeah.
And it uses half of its movement to go there.
I'm
So
fine.
it's just on the edge of this.
I've got this.
It was a really high perception roll.
It's on the ropes.
There is moss all over the ground. There is moss and strange little growths.
Yes, you said.
There is nothing growing within the bounds of the circle that this makes, because it was a very high roll. And it's just gonna drag, and yeah, it's not gonna attack, so it's gonna use its action to keep moving.
Uh-oh.
And it is going to drag you.
Yeah, cool, yeah.
Oh, do I get an opportunity attack?
Yes.
I'd like to take that.
Okay.
Thank you. 14.
14. I'm afraid it misses. What I'll allow is a dex save, or like a strength save to see if you can grab onto the wooden struts.
Not a dex save?
No, because actually there's nothing. It would be you kind of resisting.
Yeah.
So sorry. The only thing that makes sense is a strength
It's
save.
certainly not my no, it's not my turn. It's that thing's turn, isn't it? So
Yep.
oh, that's a 4.
So 4.
Oh, that's a 4 with a -1 to my strength.
You get dragged in, and we'll come to what happens on your turn.
Cool.
You know, when I kicked you out of the window, I didn't expect.
Griff. The dwarf woman looks pretty badly hurt, especially by just the barrage of flaming rays that Phoebe sent at her.
Into her back.
Yes, into her back.
But she hasn't stopped just attacking anyone she sees and speaking nonsense.
Oh yeah, she's still all up on that.
Okay, in which case we're going to do the exact same attack that we did to the guy before. That's the butt, two-handed, directly onto the back of the head.
Okay, go for it.
Oh. 16.
Hits. Roll damage.
It's engaged with me. She's attacking me, so you get sneak attack.
Thank you.
Does that change anything on my damage roll?
Oh,
Or-
you add
Uh,
many d6 to it.
You add some d6 to your.
Actually,
What is
I
it at
ju-
level
I should-
5? What's sneak attack level 5,
No,
guys?
It's 3d6. It's there
There
on
we
your
go.
sheet.
It's 3d6.
So rolling
guys.
your normal damage plus 3d6.
My normal damage plus
Yes.
3d6. Okay.
Thank you, because I'm also learning how everyone's characters work.
Thank you. So that's 4 plus 4 plus 1, which is 9, and then my 3d6. Dear God, this poor girl. Is another 9.
Oh, she isn't down, but it's the same crumpling. Like it's that near again
Okay.
as when you and you have multi-attack. You can
I
attack
have
more
a
than
cunning
once.
action.
Yes.
In which I will go again.
Cunning action doesn't
Can
give
you?
you a
Cunning
you
action
can't-
doesn't allow that.
it's,
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I thought you had multi-attack. We'll
No,
allow
I have cunning
because that's
action.
my bad about the others. We'll allow the others happening.
Okay. I think at this point, then I'm just flabbergasted. Like, just stop. Just stop.
Doesn't say anything because she is struggling against just the barrage of attacks. Ratha.
Okay. I'm going to cast Friends on myself.
On.
No, you cast it on yourself.
Oh, okay.
So I am double as charming. And I'm still within 5 feet of her, so I will sort of lean in and go, you don't have to die. We'd love to know why you're here. I'm rolling persuasion if I can.
Sure.
It would normally be in combat, it would be disadvantage, but because of Friends, it's a flat
It's
roll.
Flat roll.
Oh, nice. That is pretty cool.
I'm gonna like do an insight.
That's fine.
Yeah. David saw what I rolled.
Yeah.
I rolled a 13.
Nat 20.
Yeah. She's
just-
determined.
Just kind of looks and goes, "You can't. No, I'm not having you in danger. It's too perfect."
Right.
You used your action to do those
Yeah,
things.
that's my entire turn. I could
anything
step
else?
away, but I'm not going to do that.
Tender. So on your turn, do you want to try and break the grapple, or is there something else you want to try and do? You can feel that you don't know what it is yet because this is right at the start of your turn, but There is something of death about this circle.
Something of
I'm
death
already-
about this.
I'm-
Jesus.
I've got it.
I'll take death for 500, Alex.
Am I already in the circle? They've already dragged me into the circle.
Yes.
All right, so that's a thing. In which case, is it a bonus action to try and break the grapple, or would it just be my full action? Full action.
It would be your full action.
action.
If you had like any additional bonus actions, mainly it'll be inspiration for you.
I would like to cast Levitate on the Helmed Horror. So that it doesn't let go of me, but it does levitate me out of the circle whilst holding on to my ankle.
How does that work mechanically?
I'm just checking.
I'm assuming
I mean, is it?
one creature or loose object of your choice you can see within range rises up vertically up to 20 feet and remains suspended there for the duration of the spell. The spell can levitate a target that weighs up to
the next
500
line.
pounds.
There's
An
no,
unwilling creature that succeeds on a Constitution saving throw is unaffected.
so it's a con saving
One.
throw. There's a 1 as part of the number.
Ah.
It rolls an 18 on the dice.
Cool.
Hi-ya.
Cool.
There's like a kind of, and then no.
So that was my action then that I did just then to do that. That would have been super cool. I got nothing.
You're
I got nothing
the
else.
party member most familiar with the aging process.
Oh no!
It's a really nice, polite way of saying you are the oldest.
You feel almost like tiny cracks in your bones, and you feel something strange in your skin, and it feels like time is coursing through you, and you take 6 points of necrotic damage as you age 6 years.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh no.
All right. Cool. And that was the one use I had of that spell as well. There's no point in doing it. All right. Cool. Yeah. All right.
Polaris.
Go on, guys.
You
I got this.
you can see you're the
Got
only
this.
one.
My throat's a bit dry.
You're the only one who can see this. You are now 59 years old. No, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, 59 years old.
It's a lot for big old Tom over here. Oh boy. Oh jeez. Thigh slapping good. I'm gonna. I'm trying to think of a scenario in which I don't charge screaming at this thing and attack it, and I can't think of one. So let's.
Sure.
Because it's not. I'm not. I mean, it's so much stronger than me.
It's
Do
easier
I
to
see
grapple.
that happen? Do I see him start to like?
You can see there's some kind of effect. There's something
He's
strange.
going a bit slow motion.
It's
Last
hard to look
Crusade.
at someone and go, "You've aged precisely 6 years."
Yeah. What?
But you can
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And you're familiar enough with magic and
Oh,
things like
yeah.
that you know.
What's with my teeth thing?
No.
You age well. You look distinguished.
Horrible. Don't
So-
they live
so it's
shorter
not so much
lives than humans?
You chose poorly yet.
I will run at this thing and run at the creature, and because it's still got him, right? I can't pull him out.
Yes.
It's got him.
Yeah.
Right. Let's do it. I two-handed kind of bayonet charge at this thing with the trident.
Go for it.
That's a 20-something, 23.
That hits.
Two-handed. 7 plus 5 is 12. No, it's not. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, Tom.
12 damage.
12 damage, please. Magical piercing. And,
Another rent opens up, and this one is much bigger as the red energy seems to just spill out, but it's no longer kind of like beaming out. It is almost like it's like dry ice.
Ooh. Nice. Have another pop. That was a 19 on the second one.
Just misses.
Ah!
You go for where you hit before,
Yeah.
and the rent, you
The
just
armor's
move
fallen
through
out.
space.
Fine. And I will use a bonus action to have a second wind, I think.
Sure, go for it.
Yeah, so I do that. I'll roll my d10. But yeah, I'm all in on this whatever's happening right now.
Whatever this is.
Whatever this is, I'm not inside the wood henge, to be clear.
You're
That's
poking from
Hannah's. Hannah's got
Yeah.
a wood henge. Oh, a lovely bit of health. I take my lovely health, and then just. That's the bit. That's the whole bit.
Okay, so Phoebe.
Yeah, so I've still got the fanatic in front of me, who I've
Yes.
burnt, who isn't giving up.
Yes, who looks...
Very hurt.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Just a cantrip. For me, please.
Sure.
Just
Sure.
a cheeky sacred flame.
Sacred flame away.
Thank you.
Saving throw.
Flame away.
You have to
Oh, is it
succeed on a
saving throw?
dex save.
Dex save, okay. It's an 8 on the dice.
Nope.
So,
Lauren.
Fen.
I do suck.
Oh.
Sorry, that was mean. Yeah. Okay. Well, they take 6 damage.
Has Phoebe ever killed someone before?
No. Phoebe's never left home before.
What does it feel like the first time she does it?
I think it feels righteous. I think this is what she's trained for years and years and years. And for her, she's 18, so it feels like her whole life. And she's never been let out. And she's going to make her dad proud. And so she unleashes Sacred Flame. The thing that she's practiced, it's a cantrip, it's so in her.
And it's just that blink of sacred flame between there being a mirror and there's a body. There is now no one seemingly attacking you on the upper level. And so it is not Emera's turn, it is not Dash's turn, it is just the Helm Torah's turn. Helm Torah is just going to keep holding you.
Cool.
Is held.
Chloe is sorry a bit.
Hey, you know what? David took some risky moves.
It is back to you, Griff. So you're no longer in any immediate danger. There's just 2 bodies.
But I'm aware that they went out a window.
No, you want to see that?
You would have heard a lot of commotion and a lot of noise from outside. Like this thing hitting the ground from 30 feet. You don't know exactly what happened, but something big.
So I'll run to the window and look to see what I can see, and what I see is...
Sure, perception?
That would be 3.
You can see some shapes and things like that, but it's very much like the adrenaline is going and you don't know which direction you're meant to be looking in, so you kind of look across and there's the forge and then there's the courtyard and yeah.
Okay, so I have no idea that 2 people that are important are in danger.
You might be able to suspect it, but you can't see where anyone is. You can't identify exactly where to go or what to do.
All right, so I turn and look at Red. Where are they?
I don't know. They were fighting it downstairs.
Are they downstairs?
I believe so.
Run through the door.
Yeah.
As far as I can. How far does 30 feet get me?
30 feet will get you like down these stairs, and you were on the 2nd floor, so you go down the stairs. Can you make me an acrobatics check?
Nat 20.
Yeah. The stairs start to like fall away from beneath your feet from the effort of it, but you are just springing around artfully and not falling. You're now kind of just at the top of the stairs to actually 30 feet. You're probably like halfway down towards the ground level. And you've run past windows, so you've seen little flashes of there are definitely shapes and bodies outside.
Okay, so that's where I am.
You didn't use... I'm going to allow perception as just... I know some people would say it's an action. I'm allowing it as a free action. You can use the remainder of your action to dash if you want, which would get you to the edge of the courtyard.
Let's go.
Cool. You're at the edge of the courtyard. Wrath.
You think they're all right down there? Phoebe?
No. Like there was like loud banging noises. No.
Yeah. All right.
And I know, look, he's a nice bloke, but he probably needs help.
I got that impression. I'm going to go down the stairs. Can I see out of the smashed window?
Yes.
Can I see the helmed horror?
Roll.
2 attack rolls, 2 Eldritch Blasts.
It's a low DC.
To see the helmed horror.
Yeah,
Sorry.
to see. It's a low DC. It's just Griff rolled very low.
I don't look good.
Moment.
You look great.
That is a 6.
6. Like I said, it's a low DC. Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Okay, so I can see the helmed horror, and I can see that it's holding. I can see everything that's happening loosely.
Yeah, like you can't necessarily with that. You don't get. Oh, Tender seems to be aging for every second that he spends inside the circle.
Can I attack the helmed horror? Can I see it?
Yes.
Cool. 2 Eldritch Blasts. 1 is an 18, which I presume does not hit.
Nope.
1 is a 25.
That will hit.
Cool.
Roll damage.
So that's a d6 plus a d10, because it's still hexed. For 5 points of damage.
So close. But yeah, it does like bore into it, and it now looks like it's more mist and more energy and more red glow than it is actually.
Okay.
Yeah, than it is.
Purplish, pinky
armor.
Eldritch Blast.
Right, Tender. It's so damaged that if you're trying to do stuff, it will roll at disadvantage on trying to resist.
I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna like with my slightly wizened face. I'm gonna turn around to the helmed horror and just say, for a robotic construct, you're not adorable at all. I've known ones more adorable than you. In previous campaigns.
That's really good, by the way. That's really good, what was just said there.
It seems to look back like it understands. Because it
Is this
does.
vicious mockery, David?
Vicious mockery.
The creature was.
No, is it?
Yep.
Vicious mockery is wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. It rolls a 7.
Does not save. I roll 2d4s. That is a 2. That is a 4.
So, you say those things. And it,
4.
and it understands because it has enough intelligence to understand. And you can't tell whether it lets you go first or whether it just falls. It's hard to perceive the difference, but it just... Also in the center of the circle. But it seems that as it is a metal construct, the processes take longer.
Yeah.
However, if we want to take it to something a bit more just like the quiet after the fight.
Are you still aging?
I'm getting out there.
You can use your movement to get out.
Yeah. I'm not going to stand there and go, oh shit! Let's make it around 60, why not?
But the horror lies in the middle of this circle. And over time you start to see like kind of signs of rust and age, but it takes a long, long time. Is everyone kind of gathering, I assume?
I help
there's
you
two
out of the
bodies
circle.
Yeah.
upstairs.
I was going to check the bodies, yeah.
I'm flying over.
Roll investigation on the bodies.
Mm-hmm. All right, hang on. Right. Too many tabs. I'm going to use my bardic inspiration from earlier. That's a 19.
Yep. So, on Emera's body, you find that.
Nice.
On Dalish's body,
What?
you find that.
Nice.
Since we are quite near the end, I'll give like a little overview as Chris reads these, unless you want to...
Why
One
don't
of-
everyone else do some performing role-playing while I read this?
Sure. Everyone else has flown and gathered downstairs whilst Russ is looking over the bodies.
See? Told you I had it. Finished him off. That off, whatever it was.
You look a bit different. Are you very badly hurt, or can you like look after yourself?
I can look after myself, Phoebe. Fine. Just a little twinge in my back, that's all. Fell out of a second-story window. It's only to be expected.
You were pushed out of a second-story window.
At my behest. We did good team. We teamed well. You know, like teams do.
And thank you, Aware, for helping me out. Sorry I didn't give you due credit at the time. My first one-liners, you know.
I was not listening to you.
Right, fine.
Look, everyone's fine? Everyone's fine.
Yeah. Who have you left alive to question?
I come downstairs.
Yeah, at this point, Wrath holding various things.
Right. I have shifted into Gwen. Well, it appears one of them will be missed. There's no information in it apart from a name and quite a lot of... She'll be missed.
It's a love letter addressed to Emera from someone called Halstis.
There's a list with quite a few of us on it, but not all of us. I'm not quite sure what it is, what it's about.
There's also people who aren't you on this list. Hearth is also on there. A few other names that with roles. Potentially next time you might understand.
Splendid's not on it.
What looks like a series of notes. Heart of Beasts. Atoka Ilismide. I don't know what these are. I'm sorry. Research Medusas.
Shopping list?
Potentially. I don't know.
Is that on it?
A lot of those things on there are place names that you would recognise as place names that have been crossed out.
A lot of places. And a map. I don't recognise what of. Says circle. Well, this is a circle, this penge thing.
Is that on it? Pointing at the glass sword full of smoke that has been tied to the hinge above our heads.
No, there's no reference to the sword end.
I'd assume...
Roll Arcana on that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, that was for Chris with the...
It's an 8. And
8.
I'd have no idea what this is.
It's something magic. I don't know.
I was rolling history on the map.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 17.
You've been to Kozlomen. It's a port in southwest Nakara. It's surrounded by an area called the Barren Lands, which are notoriously hostile, difficult to live in. So much so that the prison of Kozlomen is a cell with only walls against the port itself. It is open to the Barren Lands, as in take your chances if you want.
Says a day's travel. You can get there, right?
Hang on. We're supposed to retrieve a sword. That
Yeah.
looks like a sword.
We were supposed to retrieve a number of things, sword being one of them.
Right. Well, before we set off.
Neither of the other two were wearing or holding the other two items. Presumably, these are all ways for us to find them.
We'll do a thorough check of the area just to make sure nothing else is here, and then we'll set off soon as.
Arr.
Wait, are we saying this is some kind of treasure hunt?
It appears so.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Right, yeah, you're the one with treasure experience.
You want to go get it?
It's what we've been hired to do.
We're getting paid?
You're not getting paid.
I'm on a long-standing retainer.
You're an unpaid intern. You got to start somewhere. It's great exposure.
Does anyone know what this is?
Roll Arcana if you want to try and figure it out.
Nope.
14.
14?
Nope.
It's not the rarest thing. It's just that it is a very strange instance of one. And so where we're going to leave you is stood in this courtyard with the sword of ghosts attached and somehow giving power to this strange, aging, necrotically damaging circle. And you, having looted the bodies, have realized that you have found on them a sending stone that presumably someone may use to try and contact them.
Well, we'll hang on to that. How are we going to get this sword out of the circle without me?
I'm going to burn it. It's wooden.
All right.
Would you
The
like to do
intern
that?
has an idea.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I'd like to give it a go. It's wooden, right?
Yeah, it's wooden.
Okay.
I'm happy for you to just walk up to it and touch it.
Oh, I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to...
Sorry, that wasn't me trying to trick here, but yeah.
Is the sword?
I'm going to allow that you are easily able to do this.
Yeah,
is the sword hanging on the outside of the
No.
henge? So Phoebe would have to go into the henge to go out and touch it.
No, but
The
to
henge.
touch the wood to set it
Oh,
aflame.
set the whole. Yeah, I see. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, it's a creature I can see. Do I need to do something else to set it on fire?
It's wood and you can create fire.
Yeah,
I am
cool.
completely happy that you were able to just do this.
I'm not sure I am. I've just hacked it. It's 9.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'll
it's
use
wood.
thaumaturgy to
Okay.
give you a hand.
Yeah. So
Fails its dex saving.
I
throw.
set it alight.
Yeah.
It burns.
You watch as this burns, as we hit dusk.
Yeah.
In the courtyard, in the ruins, bodies upstairs, and this kind of half, now slightly melting, rusted, strange, warped Helmtara in the center. And as it burns, the sword of ghosts falls and just makes a light ding as it lays on the ground, and that magic is dissipated. And that's where we're going to leave you all till next month. A massive round of applause for our... I'm going to do a very quick wrap-up. First off, we're going to find out who gets a little mystery box from the Thornless Rose.
Everyone gets a
supplied
treasure.
us with, these are going to be up for grabs some months. They're really beautiful leather dice trays. We've got a make-your-own... Come and get your lovely thing while I say a bit more about us. So, we're Adventurers Wanted. We are here the first Tuesday of every month. We are also... There you go. Hey. We are here the first Tuesday of every month. We also have a live stream show, which is the last Wednesday of every month, where we do different role-playing games each time. We also have a streamed show each week from 6 to 9 p.m. on twitch.tv/D&D and also /Adventurers Wanted, which is called Agents of the Nine Helms, which is DM'd by Chris. Yay, which is sponsored by D&D Beyond and lots of incredible people and wonderful people involved. If you ever want to know what we're up to, follow us on Twitter @Adventurers250. Everywhere else we are Adventurers Wanted, YouTube, Facebook, etc., etc. I am going to throw, not before plugging our Patreon. We also have a Patreon where you can get free tickets to this. You can help support us, help us equipment and the things that we do, and help us work with more wonderful people, all that kind of stuff. Do check it out, patreon.com/Adventurers Wanted. I'm going to throw to the players around the table for very quick plugs of themselves or things they're doing or stuff they like.
Me first?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Hannah. I have a poetry show that was at the Fringe called Polaris. It's been exactly. There's a lot of... It's a queer foodie adventure around the world, and it will be on at the Albany Theatre December the 5th, I believe. Tickets for that are on sale. So, yeah, poetry.
Yes, I am an immersive theatre maker, and if you liked some of the role-playing that happened, particularly the stuff that involved me and or Chloe, then you'd be delighted to know that we're in an immersive show that I've created called Crisis What Crisis, that is on in about a week and running into December as well. It's an immersive game. It's you and about 29 other people in the audience working to prevent the Winter of Discontent in 1979 from consuming Great Britain and turning it into an abject hellhole. So if you think you can do better than modern day politicians, come and see if you can put your money where your mouth is and come and have fun with that. It's really good fun, and again, Chloe's in it and she's really, very, very good. So please come down and enjoy it. It's called Crisis What Crisis.
Tom is also very good in it.
Thank you, Chloe.
I don't have a current thing to plug, but I'm constantly gigging and doing a variety of projects. So please do follow me on Twitter at the Sarah Griffin. There are so many Sarah Griffins. The Sarah Griffin. Thank you.
I have a bunch of stuff I'm doing at the moment that I'm not allowed to talk about, so I will once again plug Crisis What Crisis, because I went to go and see it in its initial incarnation, and it was freaking great. And they're right; they are both very good. So yeah, you just go do that.
This is Adventurers is basically what we do. So yeah, watch Angels of the Nine Hells and come back next month.
I'm going to very quickly plug Thornless Rose and the very beautiful things that she makes. If you are interested, there are some cards of hers there. If we can have just one final round of applause for Chazz doing.